Hello? I didn't check my my audio. Hold on. Okay. I mean, it looks good. Hold on. Do a dab. I don't know. I've never actually dabbed. Hold on. Let me see. That wasn't the dab. All right, slow-mo dab. I don't know how that shows up. I'm gonna watch. Oh, that you can see that. Okay. Oh, my controller. Oh. Dabs at 5 months and up. Oh man. Honda, where are you? I haven't eaten yet, but I'm not hungry, so it's not a big deal. Her badge. 6 shots at 6 months. That's too much. But thank you. I keep not streaming. Like the last time I streamed was like 4 days ago. Maybe more than that, like 5 days. I don't know. But it's just like, okay, so I wanted to complain about this. Cause I've been setting up like, I don't know. I unlocked my Twitter and all that stuff now. I put like I redid a bunch of the buttons down below the stream and stuff like that. Okay. I redid a bunch of the buttons. Like I got a donation link and stuff like that. I don't know if the alerts work for it yet. I forgot to test it. But like I redid a bunch of stuff, but I meant to do this the day before my birthday on the 8th, which was the day after my last stream. What's up, Honda? Dude, I'm complaining about, so like, what's up, Gabby? Exactly. That's what I was about to talk about. That I was gonna stream on my birthday. I was gonna stream, like I was talking about it. I was joking about it the day before or the last stream, but I was gonna like, I don't know. I was gonna play Bloodborne. You did make me stream. I mean, well, I was like thinking about it, but I hadn't eaten yet, so I was like, I'll see how I feel after I eat. Send me some news. No. But I haven't eaten yet. So, but you asking was like, you know what? I'll just do it now. Because if I wait till I eat, I'm gonna start watching a movie. Because that's the other thing is like, if I wait till I eat, I'll start watching. Because I watched so many, the kitties, dude. It's not fair. I've watched like 4 Japanese horror movie and 1 Korean horror movie, or 4 Japanese horror movies, 1 Korean, over like the last 3 days. And I was planning to watch another one, or I am planning to watch another one, and then also look for more. Hold on, let me get the timeline set. I haven't watched Perfect Blue. That's why. So like, there's 1 more Japanese or 1 more Korean horror movie that I want to watch, and then I want to watch what do you call it? Perfect Blue and Paprika, and then I also kind of watch. I want to watch what's the show, like the anime that guy's directed. The director of like both of those movies. Pause Kaguya to watch. Paranoia Agent. Because I watched that when I was younger and I really liked it, but I want to rewatch it because I don't remember much about it. So on the 8th, the night before, because yeah, I was gonna play Bloodborne. I was gonna play Bloodborne, just like take a slow playthrough and just like beat the whole game, which would take like probably like at least 20 hours. Probably like at least like 15 hours, but I would take it, I don't know, take my time. Not like speed run it, not like a Sekiro playthrough or something. And just like do that for my birthday. But so the day before, I was like setting up, like trying to like get like my donation stuff set up, get like redo my buttons and things all below the stream, like all kinds of stuff like that. Open up my like privated Twitter, make it unprivate or whatever. Oh, let me get just in game. Oh wait, I don't know if you could see it, but the little like the load game button or whatever, her face has fangs because I drew fangs on her. Because there's like a thing in the game where they're like, oh, take a picture for your passport, and then the guy's like, oh, it looks weird, like draw on it to make it look right, and I just gave her little fangs, and then that was it. Want to hear me? Oh yeah, do a flip. There you go. I gotta go to my spot. My here we go. This is where I do my laps. I just like run around this forever, hopping on these things. But yeah, so dude, it's so stupid on paper. So okay. Sorry, I still have a cough. But yeah, I went through Streamlabs because like most people when they set up their like stream donation links and stuff like that, they use Streamlabs. Oh, the smug dance. Oh, also, I don't know if you see, like, look at her outfit. She's, well, not that hat, but it's cute. It's red and black now. It's great. I got like randomly a new color. Oh, the guy ran into me. Oh, whoops. Alright, we'll let her smug dance. Dude, this game is so cute. I love this game so much. It's very cute. But people like they use Streamlabs. Anya, I haven't watched Spy Family, but I know Anya. I was telling Joe about it the other day because he was asking me if I had watched it, and I was like, I haven't seen it, but it's like a lot of anime that shows up that I'm like, oh, I've seen people post about that on 4chan for like years. And I was like, when Spy Family got its anime, I was like, oh, that's the one, the manga with the little girl who does the face, because she does like her eyes squint and she like does like a smug smile or whatever. But okay. Yeah, the Roomba. You can ride on it and it's like struggling. I always feel bad. We'll just do that. I don't know, the noise is too annoying. But okay, so yeah. So Saturday, or not Saturday, the 8th, whatever the 8th was, Wednesday? Day before my birthday, I was trying to set up Streamlabs. And this was like right before I was going to stream. And PayPal, like, or yeah, I went through Streamlabs and they're like, oh yeah, go to PayPal, create a business account. Cause if you use your personal account, well, it's using your personal account. So if people like screw with the like chargebacks and like all kinds of stuff happens, you're out of your personal PayPal account. But it's also like people get doxxed that way. Cause like when you give someone money through PayPal, like a personal account, the receipt will say their name, their address, like all kinds of stuff like that. Or you can find their address, I think. I don't know if it says their address on the receipt or whatever, the invoice. But people get doxxed. And so everyone's always like, oh yeah, make a business account. Even like when you go through Streamlabs, they're like, oh yeah, go here, make a business account, and then name your business, whatever your stream is. Excuse me. And so I did literally everything I was supposed to. And then like everything was fine until I connected my account to Streamlabs. And then when I went back to PayPal, there's like a big red warning that was like, your account has been limited or something like that. And I was like, what does that mean? Like I was like, click the link, whatever followed, and it's like, yeah, because of, I don't know, dude. I just remembered my Eevee is gonna die. I'll talk about that in a minute. But it's like, yeah, it's like your account has been limited. So I like read up what it meant and stuff like that. And basically I'm banned on PayPal for my business account because my personal account is still fine. But this was like, so like I was saying, this was like the night before my birthday, because I was going to start that night, stream like to midnight, be like, oh look, it's my birthday, go all the way to like the next night, maybe go until the 10th even, if I didn't finish the game yet. But yeah, so like this happened, and I was like, what the heck? But like, so I went to, it was like probably like 9ish by now. I went to like eBay, or not eBay, PayPal's like support, and was like trying to figure out what was wrong and how to fix it. And they're like everything I said, like everything I like was like trying to go through, because they're like actual like customer service stuff and all that was closed for the day, even like online stuff. Like I couldn't even send a message to like just like have sit overnight and have them check in the morning or something. And then yeah, like reading all the like help stuff was just like, oh yeah, if your account is limited, click on your limitation, it'll tell you why it's limited, and then you know, you just follow whatever steps to like unlimit it or whatever. And I was like, literally every time I click on it, it doesn't tell me, like literally nothing says what I can do to like fix it. And so then yeah, so then I just didn't stream, because I was like just like frustrated and annoyed, and had wasted like a bunch of time trying to set that up. But I was planning on streaming the next night on my actual birthday. And then the next day I called at like, I don't know, like 9:30 in the morning or something. I called PayPal because like I didn't want to send a message and have to wait, because it's like, oh, we'll get back to you in 24 hours. I was like, I'll just like call right now and just like set on hold for like however long, which ended up being like 20 minutes. Which sucks, because I have to go outside. I have to like stand out, like I get no service inside the house, so I have to go outside. So I literally was just like standing in the backyard on my phone waiting for 20 minutes, because I couldn't, like, I don't know, I mean, I could have sat on the floor or something, or sat on like one of the chairs outside or something. Yes, outside. I was melting. Oh, that reminds me, my car. Well, anyway, I'll get to that too. So yeah, I was like outside trying to call, like on hold. They finally answered, and I was like, hey, like the dude was like, all right, like give me some like verifying my account and information and stuff like that or whatever. And then he's like, all right, what's the problem? And I was like, my account's limited and I have no idea why, and I can't unlimit it. And I was trying to see if he could help me, and he's like, okay, let me take a look. And then like he put me on hold for like 2 minutes, and then came back. I was like, sorry, your account has been limited and we can't unlimit it. And I was like, why? And he's like, sorry, due to the nature of your limitation, we can't tell you. And I was just like, okay, well, so like my bank account, because like the thing says on the limitation, it says, because of your limitation, your bank account and like card are banned from creating new PayPal accounts with or whatever. But at the time I thought it just meant like my account and cards like were just like banned completely. So I was like, so does that mean like my personal account is kind of like screwed over, because I use the same bank account and all that stuff, using it for cocaine. They didn't even tell me, dude. Like that's the thing. But like I didn't like, I was like, I haven't even used this account for anything yet. Like I literally just made it last night, and I didn't even get to do anything with it. It was just limited immediately. Like, and you can't tell me anything about that. And he's like, no, sorry, due to the nature of your limitation, I can't give you any information. And I was just like, what the heck is this? Like, you're banned for reasons we can't tell you why you're banned. It's just like, what? That's so stupid. It's so stupid. But anyway, so then I was just like, all right, thanks, and just like hung up, went back inside, and then went through their website to like send like a message, like a ticket, put it in like a, yeah, whatever, like a try to talk to the online customer service. And I did. Well, I sent a message saying like, hey, my account's limited, I don't know what to do. It doesn't tell me what to do. And then I got almost the exact same response from a different person. They had like different names, unless the guy just like replied to me, he got my same ticket and just like made up a name so I wouldn't think it was the same person. But they said like, oh yeah, like due to the nature of your limitation, we can't tell you why you're banned. And it's like, okay. And so then I went to my PayPal account and my personal PayPal, and everything looks fine there. So like Uh, like nothing said I had a limitation, and my account information and stuff like that was still like my bank account things were still connected. And then I was like, oh, and then like I went back and like read the limitation stuff again because I was like, isn't my account supposed to like? I thought I would be banned there too, or like something would, I don't know, say something somewhere because I use the same bank account and cards and stuff. But it said, oh, hold on, am I dropping frames? Hold on. Oh, I dropped some frames. Whatever, it looks good now. For now. But then I reread the limitation thing or whatever, and it said I can't use my bank account or card to create new accounts. And so I was like, oh, okay. If that's it, then it's not too big of a deal, because if I just can never use PayPal again, that sucks. Because like there's like a lot of stuff like Japanese stuff, like ordering figures and stuff from some places that like they will only take credit cards or PayPal. Or like you can use PayPal to go through like whatever services to buy whatever. But like I know I'm like, oh. Should I leave it on the smug? I don't know. I just like wanted to move again. But anyway, that also like, yeah, that just made me like bummed out for my birthday. And I was like, man, I don't want to stream tonight. Like I don't, or like I was like, I need to figure out like, cause like the way I want, yeah, like I don't know, the way I wanted to do was like I don't know, like start streaming and then like, cause yeah, like I said, I like redid like the buttons below, made them all like little emotes and stuff like that. Like cleaned up the links and things, or cleaned up the like the texts and things, and added like different links and stuff. Fixed, well, I don't know, not fixed the links, but like made them more, I don't know, make more sense. But anyway, it was just annoying because it was like, man, why? And then so yeah, then I I woke up, I don't know, I woke up in time to stream, but I was just like, it was like tonight where I was like, let me eat something. And then as I started eating, I started watching The Ring, the Japanese version. And then I was like, I gotta finish this. And then I didn't stream because I was like, after I finished it, I didn't want to, I was like, I'm going to sleep because I'm tired again. So, yeah, Ringu, which, I don't know, it wasn't that scary until like the very end, but it still wasn't that scary. But like, I don't know, like maybe if I would have watched it when it came out in like 2001 or 2002 or whatever, I would have thought it was scary. Or I mean, I'm sure I would have, because I was like way younger. I was like 9 years old or whatever. But and then yeah, then like that put me on a horror kick. So then the next couple days, up until like this morning, no, last night, or I guess like last night and this morning, because I don't remember if I fell asleep. No, it had to be like last night. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I watched like, so I watched Ringu, I watched Dark Waters, I watched The Grudge, I watched A Tale of Two Sisters. There's one more that I'm missing. Oh, Pulse. I've been talking about Pulse for a while. Cairo, which like, am I dropping frames again? Hold on. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong thing. Yeah, there's the Japanese one is the original. Oh god, I'm dropping so many frames, dude. Hold on, I'm gonna try to wait this out for a minute. Well, it looks weird because it's like my bitrate is like, it hasn't dropped below like 4500, but it's like unstable, but it's going between like 6200 and 45. Are things going crazy? Am I like, can you understand me at least? I don't. OBS looks like it's being stupid, but it doesn't look like it's actually getting that bad. It's weird. Oh, hold on. I look good. Okay. Well, yeah, the Grudge is the original. Every once in a while, there's a short pause. Oh, that's so annoying. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it could be. I've tried a million things to like figure out what those problems could be, and like nothing I can do, or nothing I've done has done anything. So there's nothing I can do, unless it's like a special case or something, and I can't actually do something. But whatever. What was I saying? Oh yeah, cause it's Ju-on, J-U-O-N, The Grudge. That's the original, and they remade it. Like The Ring and The Grudge are remakes of Japanese movies, and I think they're, well, I don't know if they're both from the same director, but I know Ringu and Dark Waters are, and I think maybe Pulse. But I really like, so okay, The Ring, don't have an episode. I won't. I'm turning off my stream right now. We should run any game. Just get a better one. It's literally all you do. You get better parts, you put them together, and then you have a good PC. No. I don't know. I would be like, I was thinking about it earlier. I'm probably gonna start playing stuff on console. Actually, well, I mean, if I get a PS5 or something. Because they've been announcing like tons of new games that I'm like, man, when these games come out, my PC is gonna be so old, it probably won't run very well. So I don't know. Well, I mean, I would rather get a new card, but like, I don't know when that's gonna be. Cause like, I'm not gonna pay. I guess prices are dropping, but like, I'm at the point where it's like, it's too late to get like a 30 series. Might as well wait for the 40s. But I haven't like looked into when that's gonna be. So like, I don't know. But yeah, I can still stream. I have a capture card, which is basically plugging my console into my computer to stream it. Okay, but anyway, I want to talk about all these horror movies. Well, first let me talk about my Eevee, dude. I have this little Eevee Tamagotchi thing that I got, like, I don't know, I got it when they came out. It was expensive. It was stupid. It was like $70 for like this tiny little thing that has like 3 buttons and does like 4 things. So I've had it for a while. I started using it a couple months, or like a month ago. And it was cute. And like I evolved it into a Glaceon, which is what I wanted. And everyone made it sound like it was going to be super hard because it's super easy to get Sylveon, which like I would have been fine with the Sylveon, but I would rather have a Glaceon. Anyway, I evolved it and it was cute and I was taking care of it. And then it died. Well, it didn't die. They don't die, but it ran away basically. Like, I went to check on it and I was like, oh, I forgot about my Glaceon. So I went to check on it and it does like a little animation, like it looks all sad, and then it does an animation where it like walks off into the distance and you're just like, no, he's leaving. And then it has like a little screen that says, it's like an opened Pokeball, and then it says bye bye in Japanese, like bye bye. Because this thing is all, it's in Japanese. It's not there's no like English version of these. But it's not like complicated Japanese. It's not like, it's literally, like I said, it does 4 things. You can feed it food, a snack, and then you can play 2 games with it. One of them is like catching little apples, and the other one is like a little dancing mini game. And that's it. That's all the text that like appears. So dramatic, dude. It was so it made me so sad though, because it was like, I actually felt bad. I was like, oh god, I neglected him, and then he left. But then, so because of that, so it has like, it evolves into all the different like evolutions. A Pika Pocket, dude. I was looking. I think I had a Tamagotchi when I was younger, but I don't remember like caring for it at all. But like, because I started messing with this, I was looking at like what those look like nowadays, like if they still put them out, and like what they've like evolved into, and they look, some of them are like pretty advanced. Like they have like a million, like, I don't know, like things you can do, a million different like pets you can get. You can connect them to your phones and things like that, like apps and things. It's crazy. You can't restart it, and that's what I had to do. Is so like once it like leaves, it sits on that Pokeball screen until you reset it, and then you get a new egg that hatches, and it has a new Eevee. Which is so, yeah, I was gonna say, I got a new Eevee, and I was like, all right, well, what do I want to evolve it to this time? Because I don't want to do, I mean, I kind of do want to do Glaceon again, but I want to get one of the special Eevees, because there's special Eevees. So, like, there's all the, like, I don't know, 8 or 9 evolutions. I don't remember how many there are. I think it's 8. But there's, like, the Eevee evolutions, and then 3 special Eevees, which are, 2 of them are very cute. One of them is kind of ugly. But, it's like a pop star dancer Eevee, where it has, like, little ribbons and bows on its hair, or, like, in its hair, I guess, whatever, like, on its ears and stuff. And then there's a Team Rocket Eevee, where he's wearing, like, a little Team Rocket hat. And then, there's a Ditto Eevee, where it's, like, it has, like, a Ditto face, which that's the ugly one. But, so I reset it, and then, I was like, I'm gonna try to get the Team Rocket Eevee, which they all have, like, different care requirements and, like some other requirements. But for, like, so, like, to get the Glaceon, to get, like, any of the elemental evolutions, you have to play the little apple game, because, like, apples are falling and you have to catch them, but there's also, like, little, like, elemental symbols, like a little snowflake for the ice, they look like the evolution stones from the games, except I don't think there's an ice or leaf stone. But you have to catch, like, a bunch of fruits and then catch the stone that you want your Eevee to evolve into for the to get that evolution. And that's what I did to get the Glaceon. But yeah, but Sylveon, you just have to, like, take super good care of it, so, like, feed it all the time and give it snacks and play games with it and things. And then Espeon and Sylveon, or Espeon and Umbreon, Espeon and Sylveon. Espeon and Umbreon are different because you don't have to catch the element. You have to you have to give them, like, a bunch of snacks or something in the morning or at night, depending on which one you want. But for the Team Rocket Eevee, you have to, like, take bad care of it and feed it a lot of snacks. So instead of, like, taking care of it the right way, you have to feed it snacks to, like, so you can't, like, you're not supposed to play games with it. Also, when they go to sleep at night, you can turn the light off. You're supposed to leave the light on for them, or on it, for it to evolve into a Team Rocket Eevee, or turn into Team Rocket Eevee. Basically, you have to, like, neglect it a bit and just give it a bunch of snacks to, like, make up for all the other stuff you're supposed to do. And so after my Glaceon left, I reset it, and I was like, let me go for this Team Rocket Eevee. So I was, like, neglecting it, and, like, I was feeding it, like, twice a day, 2 to 3 times. It sounds mean, dude. It is, and that's what, like, as I was doing it, like, I would, like, it, because you can, like, it makes little noises to be like, hey, I'm hungry, or hey, play with me, or whatever. And I literally muted it, and I was like, no, I have to, like, I have to mute it so it doesn't, like, ask for attention, and I don't feel like giving it attention. But then, so, like, I neglected it. I was neglecting it. Like, I was feeding it, like, in the morning, in the afternoon, or maybe, like, in the afternoon, and then right before it goes to sleep. And then feeding it snacks outside of that, or, like, as I was feeding it to, like, make sure it was, like, happy enough not to leave. And then, like, 2 days ago, it left. Like, I was like, I was trying to be I was trying to take bad care of my Eevee, but I took too bad a care of it that it left. And so I started over, and now it's like day 3, or tomorrow will be day 3. And they evolve after 72 hours or something like that. So, like, the day after tomorrow, it'll evolve when it wakes up. But I've been taking bad care of it again to try and get this Team Rocket Eevee, but I forgot to feed it before. I fed it this morning and then, like, around noon. But I haven't fed it in so long that I'm afraid that when it wakes up in the morning, it's just gonna leave immediately. So I have to, like, catch it, like, right at, like, 8 a.m. I think is when it wakes up, 8 or 7. But I have to, like, turn the sound back on so I can hear it cry when it wakes up. But I don't know, like, it's, oh, I didn't even mean to land on it. It's very cute. I just, like, I got bummed when my Glaceon left because I don't know. I've been taking care, like I was saying, it takes like 3 days, like 72 hours, and then it'll evolve after it wakes up. If the 72 hours hits while it's asleep or whatever. So like, yeah, I've been taking care of that Glaceon for like a month, and just like, I don't know, was having, I guess not like fun, because you don't really, I don't know, it's just cute. Like you like feed it and you brush its hair and like play games with it and stuff like that, and it's cute, and it like makes little like happy faces and stuff like that. But whatever. So yeah, when it left, I was like bummed, because I was like, man, I spent all this time taking care of this thing and it left. But it's so easy to like reset and just like get another one that it's not like a big deal. It's not, and it doesn't die, so it doesn't feel as bad. But it is kind of sad to like see it like, because it like, I don't know, it's so dumb, it's so dramatic, like you're saying, like it like leaves and it looks at you, and then it like turns around and just like walks off into the distance, and you're just like, oh my god, that's so, why did they do that? But I don't know, I just want to talk about that, because I'll probably, once I get my Team Rocket Eevee, I'll try to like show it, because you probably, I don't think you can see anything, because it's like, it's very like, I don't know, it's like a Tamagotchi, so it's just like, I don't know, there's just like blacks and blanks. Oh, but so yeah, like I was like, a social commentary, I don't know about that, maybe. Show it here, actually, like here, because it's like on a little keychain. This keychain's not very like hard to like take off, as I struggle to get it off now. Oh, it almost like came all the way off. No, it's like stuck in there now. Oh no, it's fine. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to like angle it so that it catches some of the light. Hold on, because I have to wait for the stream. It's like, it looks like it's too bright. Hold on. Oh wait, that's like perfect. Can you see it? Oh yeah, I should switch full screen, huh? Also, I can see it from OBS better that way. Oh, I forgot to mess. All right, well this is like a weird full screen, because I was messing with my camera settings, and so like it reset. So that reset it like, I don't know. He's like, so like I was saying, you have to like brush his fur and stuff. So he's off screen, like you can see where the Z's are. The Z is like the edge of his body, like he's off to I don't know how to explain it. Like I don't know which side that is, because like my camera's flipped, and also I don't know how it's coming through. No, those are balls of fur, because you have to brush his fur and like clean up his fur that he leaves around. Whatever, I'll put that back on later. So that's the other thing, is like I was saying, you brush him, and accurate. Yeah, he's like, he sleeps and he like breathes and stuff. And the like balls of fur kind of like wiggle around or whatever. Like they have like, oh, I gotta click back into the game. Gabby, they're so expensive. I was saying like, when I got it, it was $70, because I got it like on release, like through some like Japanese website or whatever. But now they're reselling for like $150 minimum, and it wasn't even like, I don't know. I don't think I would have got it if I would have known it was like so simple for $70. Because there's also like a different version, because this is like the they have like different names, but this one's like a brownish, like Eevee colored. There's like a pink one that has like all the evolutions all around it. That one's cheaper, but that's still like is pretty expensive now. That one was like $50 when they launched. What was this? What was it? Oh, but yeah, so like it is dumb. Like it's just because it's like it was like a limited exclusive like Pokemon attached. I'm a sucker. How did I fall for it? I won't even buy Pokemon games, but I'll buy Pokemon like merchandise. What was it? Oh yeah, so like taking care of this one, I was like I was talking about it before, but I was curious to see like what they look like today. And then I ended up like looking at like Digimon stuff too, because like they have like smart, well, kind of smartwatch, or like, what do you call it, like they're almost like Fitbits, but for like Digimon, where it's like, oh, you have like, it's like a little watch, with the Digimon in it, and you have to like exercise to evolve, to Digivolve your Digimon and stuff like that. You had a Digivice too? I think I had a Digivice, or I had like the first generation ones or whatever, that were like the big old, like, I don't know, they're like kind of like blocky, and they had like a little like nub, I think, that you like attach, like it helps like connect it to another person to like fight them or something. Yeah, I thought it was cool too. And like looking at like what the new Digivices and like the last few generations of Digivices look like, I was like, dang, dude, like, I don't know, this would be so cool to have as a kid. And so then I was talking about like the little like Fitbit is like the newest kind. It's called like a Vital, or a Vital something, Vital Bracelet or Vital Breath or something. But and then so like it comes with like a little like card that you insert that has the Digimon on it, and then you get you can buy like separate ones too to like get other Digimon, and you just like stick them in the device, and then it unlocks it, and you can start playing with it and leveling it up. And there's like an app and stuff like that that you connect to it that like lets you do like raids with other people online and things like that, or just like other like fights and stuff, events and stuff, that I was like, man, this thing sounds cool. And it's only like $50, that I was like, maybe I get one of these. And like, I don't know, I was like, I don't like this, because like I was saying, this EV one is like so simple that I was like it wasn't really worth it. But because like this was $70. The Digivice like watch thing is like 50 or 60, and it does so much more, and it like connects, like it connects to your phone, it connects to an app on your phone. You take your Digimon into it, and you like play with them online, like do all kinds of stuff that I'm like, man, this little Eevee thing doesn't, like I was saying, it has like 4 buttons, like, or it has 3 buttons and 4 actions, outside of like brushing its fur and stuff like that, and checking its like mood. That I'm like, man, I should have just like went for one of these watches or whatever. But what else? Oh, I want to talk about all the movies. Dude, I'm gonna spend like another, like, I don't know, hour just talking about these movies before I even play this game. Well, first I want to talk about my car, which, like, I don't know, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I don't know, it was before my grandma moved out. It was like, I think it was 2 weeks ago, or like 2.5. But so like, yeah, like I don't know, I was talking about like when it happened, but like I went to take my grandma to the doctor's, like to her doctor, and my car wouldn't start, and I was like, what the heck? And so like I was like, I spent like the next couple days trying to like figure out what was wrong. Well, because this was like Thursday, and then Friday, that was like Thursday. Friday I was gonna take my car or get my car towed, but I was like, actually, you know what? Let me just take my battery to get checked. But I didn't have a ride because my mom was at work, and then I was like, I'll just wait till she gets home. But because of that, like, it would have been late. It would have been too late to get my car towed anywhere afterwards if it wasn't my battery. And so I would have to wait till Monday, because like, I don't know, like, well, and like, well, at the time I wasn't thinking this. I was like, oh, like I can just take it tomorrow morning, which would have been Saturday. But when I went to like look, all the places I usually go to, there's like 3 different places that I'll go to depending on like how busy they are or whatever. Like if one place is like too busy, I'll check the second place. If that place is too busy, I'll go to the third place. Like all of them, and like pretty much every like car, like repair, automobile service, whatever place was, this thing keeps running into me. They were all closed until like for the weekend. I was like, dang, dude, I thought like, I don't know, a few would be open. Like I don't know if that's normal, or if that's like a new COVID thing or something, that people are like understaffed. They're just like, you know what, we just won't be open on the weekends. Except for like, there's like Meineke and Midas or something were open. I was like, I'm not going there. I like my places. I don't want to go to these like chain places. So I had to wait till Monday, which is fine because I didn't need my car for anything. Except Max was like, I was talking about before, Max was expecting, like he was like hoping to borrow my car. Like I would have let him, but because it wasn't working, he had to like figure out other stuff. But yeah, anyway, I took my battery to get checked. They're like, yeah, it's fine. If you want to bring your starter in, we can check that too. And I was like, shh, I don't know how to like take my starter out. But also like, if I tow my car here, like, why would I tow my car here to get the starter checked when I could just tow it to like a place to get serviced anyway? And then like the girl at the counter was like, yeah, you're right. I was like, I mean, I didn't say it like that, but I was like, wouldn't it make more sense to just like get it towed so wherever I can get it fixed anyway? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. But so that, yeah, so like I was like fresh, like I don't know, like dealing with that for like a few days, and then Monday came around. Yeah, no, I can't take my starter out. I mean, I looked it up actually because I was like, what does that take? And it seems possible, but it's not. I don't know. I don't want to mess something up. It actually, like, I don't know, it seems possible, but it's like also like way more complicated than I was expecting. I mean, I was expecting it to be complicated, but there's like all kinds of like cables and things, and like the video I watched, the guy started was like in a place that was like really inconvenient. But anyway, yeah, the girl like because the way she said it too like made me think. That's what made me look it up, because I was like, oh yeah, like maybe I could take my own starter out. Like what does that look like? And I was like, I cannot do this. I would not be able to do that. But anyway, Monday morning, I like called for a tow truck, or I called around to check the places that like I would go to. And the first place, my first pick, I was like, hey, if I bring my car in, if I have my car towed over there, can I get it like looked at sometime today or tomorrow or whatever? And they're like, we're actually booked up for like the next 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, okay. And the guy was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but everyone's cars are breaking down like right now. And I was like, okay, sorry. Thanks for, I don't know, the help. And then he's like, all right. And I hung up, called the next place, asked me to give you, oh yeah. And then we just like shaved my whole head because it was like, whatever. That's like, who else? Someone else. Oh, I'm dropping frames again. But it's not dropping that low. Usually, so yeah, usually when I drop frames, it goes like to 0 or like a few hundred. But like this time, it's just dropping like halfway. But yeah, then I called the next place, and they're like, yeah, if you bring it in today, we can probably get it looked at. Like if it gets in before like noon, they could probably look at it by the end of the day. If not, they would check it the next morning. So I was like, oh, okay, sound is fine. That's usually what happens too, like when streams like when they I don't know, people start dropping frames. Well, I guess like not usually what happens, but usually what happens to me, because the audio is like easy to like pass through or whatever. But anyway, call the next place. They're like, yeah, if you get it in by, you know, by noon, we can probably see it by the end of the day. If not, then tomorrow morning. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I called a tow truck. Well, I called like a couple places, because the first guy was like, yeah, it'll be $85. And I was like, dude, it's only like 2 miles. What the heck? And then the next place, they're like, it'll be $80. And I was like, man, I was like, fine, $80, I'll take it. And then they were like, oh, it'll be like 2.5 hours. And I was like, okay, like fine. And then, but as I was talking, the girl was like, I talked about this the other night, but she was like, she asked me, she's like, can you put it into neutral? And I was like, I don't know, I haven't checked, but I can go check real quick. And she's like, no, don't worry about it. It's just like we have to ask the question. It's like a formality. And I was like, oh, okay. And then, well, yeah, she's like, knowing, like, she's like, oh yeah, Toyota, like Camrys, they can do that. Like, I just have to ask the question. I was like, okay, whatever. And then she's like, yeah, it'll be like 2.5 hours. And I was like, all right, that's fine, whatever. That would have been like, it would have been too late to like get it seen by that place before the end of the day, or at least maybe. But I was like, whatever, I just need to get it somewhere because I need my car back. And then, yeah, then I like went inside and like, whatever, like got on my PC and just like did whatever for like half an hour. And then I went back out to my car yeah, like as I was sitting here, I was like, I wonder, like, I should check to see if I can put it into neutral. Like, it won't start or anything, but maybe like, I don't know, maybe it'll like do something. And like I know how to do the override. Like you like pop the little thing off and there's like a little like, I don't know, like you just like put a screwdriver in there and like move it and it'll like go into neutral or whatever. But yeah, I went to like check, and literally like just like out of habit, like instead of just like turning my car on, I just like went straight, like it, just like turning the lights and stuff on. I went all the way and like turned the engine on, and it turned on, and I was like, oh, my car's working. Like, what the heck? And then like, I called my mom because I was like, what should I do? Like, my car's working, but I don't know why. Should I like take it somewhere or like what? She's like, I would drive it around for like a little bit and then see if everything seems fine. And if everything seems fine, just don't take it anywhere. And I was like, okay. And then, so that's what I did. I drove around for like 15 minutes and then came back, turned my car off, sat there for a couple minutes, turned it back on. And it came back on and I was like, okay, I should probably still get it looked at soon, but it's fine to like, I don't know, drive for now. And so then I called and canceled the tow, and I didn't call the people at the auto shop to be like, hey, I'm not coming in, but I don't think they cared. But then my car was fine until like I was able to drive it until like this past Wednesday, I think. I think it was Wednesday. And then I had to take the twins to their dads, and so like I went to get into my car, went to start it, it wouldn't start, and this was like at the same time because Max was still in town, but he was getting ready to leave. He was like on his way to the airport, but Brooke, his wife, had forgotten a pair of shoes here, so they were like Max like sent me a message. He's like, hey, can you let us in like, I don't know, like whatever, like 20 minutes. Brooke forgot her shoes. So we're coming to get them, and I was like, but like I didn't see it until I woke up to like take the twins to their dads. So I was like, I actually have to take the twins to Adams right now, so I'll leave the front door open, but like unlocked, but like we're not gonna be here. And he's like, oh, that's perfect because we're about to be there in like 3 minutes, and I can say goodbye to them again. And I was like, okay, well, and like I didn't even see that, like I like literally like sent like the message like, hey, I'm gonna take the twins, so I'll leave the front door open. And he's like, oh, okay. And then like that's when I started getting ready and went out to my car. My car wouldn't start, and I was like frustrated, like what the heck, like annoyed. And then like as I was like trying again, like I like lifted the hood and was like, I don't know, just like everything looked fine. Checked the oil, everything looked fine. And I was like, what the heck? And so then like I got back into my car because I was like, it started just the day before. Like I don't know what's going on. And then like as I was like trying to get, I saw in my rear view like a truck pull up behind me, and I was like, what is it? Who is this person? And then it was Max and Brooke and Brooke's dad, because he was like driving them. He was gonna drop them off or whatever. And I was like, oh, like what the heck? Max is here already. And then I was like, hey, can you guys take the twins to their dads because my car's not starting again? I'm just gonna get it taken in right now or whatever. And then Brooke's dad was like, oh, let me take a look at it, and like went over and like wiggled the cables on the battery and like I don't know, like just like was like, try it again. And like I went to try it and it started, and I was like, what the heck, like how did he do that? Because like I don't know, I didn't like mess with my battery cables, but I don't know, it was working the day before and I didn't do anything to move them, so I don't know, I didn't think that would be the problem, especially since like I got my battery taken in. They're like, yeah, no, your battery's at like 94% charge. It's like, it's fine. So I don't know, I assumed it was like not my battery, but then like him like the way he was like William was like, yeah, these things are loose, like you should like tighten them up and like tighten them up or get new one, like get the cable, like the what do you call it, like the parts that go onto the batteries replaced. And I was like, oh, you know what, like I should, because like when I put my battery back in, I like made sure they were tight. Like I was like cranking down, and like I was like, all right, that should be good, better than last time, because like I was talking about it. That's probably when we were driving back from Tampa. Was it that they were loose? I thought it was just like there was like a ton of corrosion or something like that. I remember that like that was something, like it was like the terminals on the battery, there was something wrong with them. But I never like I hadn't had that happen ever again since then, until like recently. Oh yeah, that like whoever like last touched it, like yeah, that's what it was. But this time like I put grease on like the little like, there's like these little like soft things that go underneath the like where the little like, I don't know, what do you call it? Like the terminals are the things on the battery, right? And like the cables, whatever, like there's like these little like pads that you put underneath those when they go on. I put grease on those, but I didn't put any grease on like the terminals themselves or on the cables or whatever. Because that was like one of my thoughts was like, well, when I first like took my battery out, I was like, oh, like if there's corrosion, it might be that, or if like when they put the battery in or whatever, or whoever like last touched it, maybe they like did something like that. But everything was like clean. Terminal post, yeah, okay. But yeah, like Brookstad like was like, he's like, yeah, you should probably like tighten those if you can. But then he was like, that like one of those like looks like it'll be like you probably just need to get like a new little like clamp thing or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's probably what it is. Cause like when me and Max, like that one, the one that he was like pointing out that was like the positive terminal or whatever, like when I took my battery out to get it checked, like we were trying to like unscrew it and we couldn't get it off, like we couldn't get like the wrench to like fit and like grip it to like unscrew it, and as we were like trying to like get it in there, it just like popped off, like it just like slipped off, and I was like, oh well, that makes it easy, but that's not good. But like I was saying, when I put it back on, I like tightened it and like was like, all right, it seems secure, but I guess it loosened up again, or it just like wasn't actually tight. And it can't be tightened because like I don't know, it might be stripped, because like as I was like tightening it, I was like, it felt like it was like tightening, but also like I was like, it keeps like, I don't know, I feel like it would be like it would have stopped by now. Like a stripped screw would kind of feel like, where you're like, okay, it's still going, but it's like, I don't know, it's gotten to like, it's done some work or whatever. But I don't know, I just didn't think too much about it, and I was like, whatever, it's like, it's on there, it's fine. But whatever. Then I was like, okay, like that's annoying, so I don't know, I have to deal with that. I have to like figure out, like, I don't know, like I don't think it's like, so I mean, it might be simple. I might just be able to like snip the wires off, like snip the ends off and like put new ones on or something. Fix it, then come visit. Wait, where are you? Are you in California? I'm not driving all the way to the East Coast. But yeah, I don't know. That's my car. It's like annoying. My car. It sucks. I love my car. What do you do in California? You're not allowed here. It's my state. What's she looking at? Whatever. Parents. Yeah, how's your COVID? Because Han was talking about it today or yesterday. Because Akira has COVID too, or is quarantining for COVID. And Akira, like, someone, who was it? Someone was talking about COVID, and they're like, yeah, Omicron's supposed to be like, it has different symptoms, but it's supposed to be not as bad. But my symptoms, Joe was talking about how like, he was talking about like being like triple vax and all that stuff would make you like, not, your symptoms not that bad. But I was like, I was dying. And then Akira sounded like he was having a bad time. Okay, yeah, see, sounds like you're having a bad time. Like, I don't know, Joe made it sound like he was talking about how all his coworkers were all like, oh yeah, we got I don't know, they got COVID, and they were like, they just, you know, felt like a little unwell, but like not that bad, and then came back to work like, I don't know, fine, like a week later or something. And they're like, yeah, I don't know, like I wasn't even sick for that long. And I was just like, dude, I've been like, my body's frail from the shadows. No, my body's pretty tough. I don't know, I drink a lot of water, that's it. Not super bad. Okay, well, mine was super bad. Well, I guess like mine probably wouldn't have been as bad if I didn't have to deal with all my grandma's stuff too. I had to like help move her and things like that. Cause like that whole weekend, like that I got sick, was like just like, I don't know. You can still smell and taste. I could still smell and taste. Like, well, I couldn't smell through my nose, but I could still taste and stuff. Like I was just like too congested to like breathe through my nose. But like once it was all like, now that I'm like better, like I still have like a little cough. Like the cough is like barely anything anymore. But I can still like smell things and taste things or whatever. She's at my aunt's house. We moved her over there last weekend, I think. Saturday. Which has been nice, because like it's been nice in two ways. So like now we don't have to deal with her, but also she seems to be doing better there. Like my mom was like saying like, oh, like cause like dude, it's so annoying. My mom was like, oh, like you want to hear something? And I was like, yeah, sure. And she's like, okay. So grandma, like my mom, like so, my aunt, her shower, like the shower in their house is. Have they learned? They haven't. I don't think, not yet, because my grandma's like being good and like doing what she's supposed to now, which that's what I was saying. It's like good in two ways. Like now we don't have to deal with her being like a slob, and now she's doing better. But I was like, I don't know. Me and my mom were both kind of like, we'll see how long it lasts, because like that's how she always does whenever she comes out of the hospital and stuff, or like anything happens. She comes back and is like tries hard for like a week or two, and then gives up and just goes back to how she always or how she is, how she normally is. But so like one of the things was like my aunt's shower is upstairs. My grandma cannot walk upstairs. Like she just can't do it. And so they're like, that's gonna be a problem because how is she supposed to bathe? And my mom was like, you know what? Like I'll come pick her up, on my way home from work on like once or twice a week. Bring her to my house, have her shower, and then bring her back. Which like seems like a lot of work, but like I don't know. My mom was like desperate to do whatever she could to like just like get my grandma out, because like I don't know. My mom was supposed to take her like a while, or was like supposed to like start like setting it, like working towards taking my grandma, and then just like didn't. And so then my mom was like, all right, well I'm gonna put her in like a home, but then putting in her home, my aunt didn't want to like help like pitch in for like paying, because like I don't know, like the expenses and like what it would end up costing or whatever. Like my mom and my uncle were supposed to like, we're gonna split it, but then my uncle was like, wait, why is it just us? Like she should help too. And so then my mom's like, you know what, you're right. Like, and so they like all like talked it out, and my aunt was like, wait, like why would I help? Like, and they're like, what do you mean why would you help? Like we're all in this together. Like you're supposed to be helping. Like I don't know. Yeah, you're supposed to help. But my aunt was like, I can't. Like she was like, I can't be just like throwing more money towards this like kind of stuff or whatever. I'm struggling myself or whatever, or I need my money myself or whatever. And so then my mom was like, well, you either help or you take her, like or my mom and my uncle, I don't know, like I don't know what the whole conversation was like, but basically they're like, we either put her in a home and you help us like pay for it, or you take her. And so my mom was like, I'll take her then. And so then my mom was like, all right, that's what's gonna happen. And so my aunt took her, and so yeah, like we moved her over there and stuff like that. Yeah, you either help pay or your house smells like pee pee. But like, yeah, it was just like, yeah, so yeah, like we moved her. Well, yeah, so like I was saying, like my mom like was like willing to like make the trip, which like I don't know, like picking her up on the way home wouldn't be a big deal, but like my mom would have to like drive back to like drop her off and then come back, which would be like an extra like 45 minutes, which is like, man, that sucks. But my mom was like, I don't care, like I'll do it, like to like, I don't know, just like get her out, like whatever it takes, like I'll agree to pretty much anything now. And so then yeah, so then like my mom was like, this was like Tuesday or no, like Wednesday or Thursday, and my mom was like, this is when she was like telling me, she's like, oh, you want to hear something? And I was like, yeah, whatever. What's up? And she's like, so I was gonna go pick up your grandma to like bring her here to take a shower, so I call your aunt to be like, hey, like, you know, like what time should I come over? Like I'm on my way, like whatever. My mom was like trying to arrange it, and my aunt was like, oh, you don't need to, like she took a shower. And my mom was like, wait, how? And then my aunt was like, oh yeah, Marlisha and Trenton helped her up the stairs, and then Marlisha helped her get in the shower. She took a shower, and Marlisha helped her get out, and they helped her down the stairs. And my mom was like, that doesn't make sense. Like that, she literally like had a heart attack going up like 3 steps at my uncle's house, like on Mother's Day a couple years ago or a few years ago, whatever. Like how she literally like struggles to like go up 1 step in like a parking lot, like from like the street to like the sidewalk of like a restaurant or something. Like how did she, that doesn't make any sense. And like then it was just like, okay, wait, so has she, well, she didn't fake the heart attack, but like has she just been like pretending she struggles with steps like every time, and can actually walk up like a full flight of stairs? Like what is going on? And then yeah, then like my mom was like, well, that's great, because now I don't have to come out, like I don't have to waste the time to come out and like pick her up, bring her home, get her to shower, and then bring her all the way back. And then like my mom was saying like, oh yeah, and she's also been walking. Like one of my cousins has been like going on walks with her, and she's been like walking, like she walked like 2 blocks or something. And my mom was just like telling me this stuff, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like I knew my grandma was like faking a ton of stuff, but like this stuff, like she was faking more than we thought. Like it was just like, holy crap, dude. Because like walking 2 blocks, my grandma struggles to walk from like the handicap space in a parking lot to like the front door of like her doctor's office and stuff like that. Like it's just like, how did she walk 2 blocks from like nothing? Like I was just like, dude, what the heck? And my mom was like, just like telling me all this stuff. Like, yeah, she's like doing so good. Like it doesn't make any sense. But like it's just like, it's like frustrating because it's like she could have been doing this here. She just like didn't like it. Like yeah, she just didn't want to, and she just wouldn't. But now that she's like in a new place and doesn't want them to think, she doesn't want to like, yeah, I don't know. She doesn't want them to think she's this person that was here. Exactly. That's what my mom was saying like the whole time, was like, because my aunt like couldn't believe a lot of stuff my mom was telling her, and my mom was like, this, like, because like my mom would say like, oh yeah, my aunt would be like, that doesn't make any sense. She doesn't do any of that stuff with us. Like none of that. We never see any of that. That never happens. Like, what are you talking about? My mom's like, that's because she's doing it. She's like hiding it from you guys and like not caring when she does it to us. Like she, like, and like, yeah, it's just like she doesn't care about my mom and me and my brothers as much as my aunt and her kids. But like I was saying, like me and my mom were talking about it, and I was like, like I don't know, we'll see how long it lasts, cause like she's come out of the hospital, like out of like physical therapy, and been like, oh yeah, like, you know, I'm working out, I'm doing my exercises, I'm doing what I'm supposed to, eating right, and then like 2 or 3 weeks later, just like completely gives up on it, and then goes back to like never leaving her chair for like 12 hours a day, stuff like that. So we'll see how long it lasts, if it lasts, but I don't know. The other thing is like, I don't know, like my cousins haven't seen, like, yeah, like I don't know, like I was saying, like one of my cousins has seen some of the stuff, but the rest of them have just like heard stories, and I don't know, they think we're unreliable or something. How old is she? She's 74, I think. But she's been like this for like the last 5 years at least. So I don't know. Like she's getting to the age where she should, I don't know, like, I don't know. She could be old like that, but when she started, she wasn't really, and it was just kind of like, it was pretty like sudden too. Like it was just like out of nowhere, she just gave up and like stopped eating right, stopped like exercising at all, things like that. But what was it? Oh yeah, like I don't know, like I don't know how, like I'm sure they'll start seeing, but like one of the things is like I was talking about, like she like fakes stuff, like she either fakes that she's like weaker than she is, or she exaggerates like what is actually wrong, so that you have to like take care of her and feel bad for her and all this, and like pity her and baby her. And like at first it's like, oh, you know, you feel bad for your grandma, so you're taking care of your grandma, but then you realize like, oh, she's just doing this for attention now, because like I've told this story before. She hurt her back in a car accident, and like needed help getting in and out of bed and stuff like that. So like just to like get up, but also like to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. And she was like getting my mom, like making my mom, like calling my mom at like 3 a.m. in the morning on like work days, like have my mom come help her out of bed. Which like at first, like, well, one, like why not just ask me? I'm like literally right here. But two, like I don't know what two is. I forgot what I was gonna say. What was it? Oh yeah, why not ask me? But also like, like she was faking it. I don't know, like she was asking for help, so she could said. I mean, I was like I was saying, she wouldn't ask me for help. She would like call my mom, like, which is like, like I would rather, yeah, I don't know, like it was annoying me that she kept like bothering my mom in the middle of the night, Why can't your bro be like that? Blame your parents. I don't know. Put him in the Marines. I don't know. What was it? Oh yeah, so like, yeah, like, she could have asked me and I would have helped, but also like, after a while, like, I don't know, like after like a few weeks, like my grandma was getting in and out of bed on her own and like walking without her walker, like doing all the stuff that she was saying she couldn't do and like exaggerating that she couldn't do and like, you know, pretending that she couldn't do to get my mom to have to like take care of her. And I told my mom, I was like, Mom, like, grandma's playing you. Like, she doesn't need your help anymore. She's been getting in and out of bed like during the day and stuff like that. Like multiple times, like going to bed to take a nap during the day, then coming out to watch TV, then going back to like take another nap, and then coming out to watch TV, or going to her room to like do like all the stuff, but like also like without her walker, which she like anytime my mom's been around, she's like like struggling with her walker and stuff like that. Like just like lying to my mom basically, and like still calling my mom in the middle of the night to help her come get her out of bed to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and stuff like that. And just like all the stuff that I was just like I told my mom, and my mom was like my mom kind of didn't believe me, and I was like, all right, just telling you. And then like over like the next week or two, my mom was like catching my grandma without her walker, or like doing stuff that she has been pretending she hasn't been able to do and stuff like that. And then like telling me like I saw it myself, and just like laughing like it's so ridiculous, it's so like dumb. Like she's pretending like you literally know she doesn't have the problem, but she's still like pretending like she, I don't know, like you haven't seen it already, even though she literally saw you see her walking without her walker, like, you know, just like bending over to take a soda out of like the garage or whatever, like stuff like that she should not be able to do, or has been pretending she hasn't been able to do, whatever. Anyway, but yeah, so like basically like I don't know, I don't think my cousins have seen that kind of stuff yet, where like my grandma is faking things and then they catch her, or like realize she's like taking advantage of them and stuff like that. So I don't know how long that's gonna last, like my grandma being gung-ho about taking care of herself, because part of it is like she's like, I don't know, trying to like make a good impression, but also everyone around her hasn't given up on her yet, because they haven't been, I don't know, they haven't felt used, manipulated yet. Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's what was like, so like that's what like really annoyed me about a lot of it, was like anytime my aunt, like my mom would talk about what she's like talking to my aunt about like this whole situation before like moving her over and stuff like that, it always like, it was like my aunt didn't believe my mom, and like, or like just like wouldn't believe my mom, and it's like, it's because my grandma is like, when my grandma goes to hang out with them, she's like this perfect angel who can like do everything herself, and like doesn't soil her diaper for 20 hours a day or whatever, like all this stuff. And it's just like it makes me so mad, because I'm like, my mom's been like dealing with this garbage for like years, and they're just like, whatever, like all because my grandma has been like playing, like they're falling for it. They've been falling for it, and they're gonna keep like I was saying, like I don't know, we'll see how long it lasts, because like eventually someone's gonna catch her doing something she's not supposed to, or you know, catch her in a lie. Because the other thing is like she just lies, like Chase and Max and like their girlfriends and wife or whatever, like Chase's girlfriend, Max's wife, they spent time around my grandma, and they were kind of like the same way, but they would like believe us, because like I don't know, they're like it's like, I don't know, a wife and a girlfriend or whatever, like they're gonna believe their significant other, but like they're also like kind of tired of it. They're like, they've spent enough time around my grandma that they're like, they don't even like live here or like see her like as often as everyone else does, but they're like, Chase is GF and Max's wife. No, Chase has a GF who is different from Max and his wife, Max's wife. But like we all like, I don't know, we like sit around like at my birthday dinner, well, not at the dinner, but like on the way over, and like afterwards when we're hanging out in the kitchen and stuff like that, in the living room, we're just like we weren't like just like complaining about my grandma the whole time, but it was like, oh, my grandma came up for some reason, and everyone was just like, oh yeah, like hearing Max and Brooke and Chase's girlfriend Jelly, hearing them talk about this kind of stuff, it's like, all right, these people like see her like the least out of like everyone, and they're like the extended time they've had to spend around her, they're like, I'm tired of just like her asking the most random questions that like, I don't know, they're like just like random questions, like complete, like I made a joke about like an example of it, like I don't know, a week ago or so or whatever, about like, yeah, my grandma would just be like, oh, like when you were in the Marines, did you have to crash a helicopter? And just be like, what? No, what? How does that make any, what kind of question is that? But like, you're just like, she just asks like the most like random, just like out of nowhere questions like that. You're just like, no, what? No, like, and you're just like confused for a second because you're like, did I hear it right? Am I interpreting it right? What is going on here? No, that wasn't a real example, but there have been questions like that. Like, I can't think of a real example, but that, like, something just as absurd. She hasn't asked that specific question, but questions just as absurd, where you're just like, no, what? Like, what? I would would have died from something like that. What? Or you would have heard about that if something like that would have happened already. Like, what? And you're just like, it's just like weird. And then, but like, other than that, like, also just like trying to have a conversation with her, like, she's just lying constantly. So like, you're literally talking about something that just happened like a week ago, and she's like changing the story to make herself, like, it's not like a dementia thing or something like that. Like, it's not her getting old and forgetting what happened. It's literally she's trying to like make herself sound better. So she's like, do you have to wipe your butt after you pee? She does ask, she would ask stuff like that too, where it's just like I don't know what, like it would be like, oh, when you were in the Marines, did you have to shave? And it's like, yes, that's like one of the things everyone complains about the most. Like, what? You know this. You're just like bored and want someone to talk to you. You want attention, so you're just asking like, I don't know, whatever comes to your mind. But yeah, like that's like everyone's like complaining about, like, oh yeah, it's just like so annoying because like she just asks like the dumbest questions, and you're just like, that isn't like, what? No, if you think about it for like 2 seconds, you would know the answer. But also then just like, if you try to like keep talking to her, she just like starts talking about like, I don't know, stuff that didn't happen, and like making stuff up to like, I don't know, sound like interesting, I guess. I don't know. Life so casual. That's kind of how she is. And like, yeah, doesn't know about wiping, dude. Gabby, you guys haven't even heard. Like, I told Joe about it, but like, when I had my COVID, I had to take her out, take care of my grandma, and it was awful. I don't want to talk about it on stream, but we should get in like a Discord call someday, and like, I'll talk all about it, because it is a story. Everyone who's heard about it has been like, dude, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Like, you can probably imagine what happened because of like the way I'm talking around it, but like, it was literally the worst day of my entire life. Saturday, I don't know, whatever, like 2 weekends ago, 3 weekends ago, poop. Cannot confirm or deny on stream, but it was awful. And one of my cousins, like, it's one of the things I was saying, one of my cousins got to see, like, you know, the kind of stuff we have to deal with, because it wasn't just like, it wasn't just what like was going on with my grandma, but it was also like I was like, I warned my cousin, because like I was literally, all right, I told this one like, I don't know, right after it happened or recently after it happened, but I don't know if you heard it, Gabby. You probably heard some of it, Honda. I can't remember if you were around when I was telling it. I know Joe was around, and that's when I was like, you know what, like, after like I streamed for a couple more hours, I was like, me and Joe like hung out in Discord for a little bit, and I told him all about it. But I can't remember if anyone else was around for it. But anyway, like, I don't know, like I told stories. My grandma, like, she's just like soil her diapers and like stink, and like would not do anything about it, even if you like tell her to do something about it. And so yeah, like that day, like the house just smelled really bad, that I was literally sleeping in my car in the garage, because like I couldn't stay in the house. Like I was like, it just smelled so bad. I was like suffocating basically. I like any breath I took, I was like, I would gag. And because I had COVID, I would like start coughing like crazy. Oh, what's up, Lupe? I forgot you're still here, dude. That's what I was saying. Like my mom was telling me that like she's doing so much better with you guys that it's like, all right, hopefully she keeps it up, because I don't know, you guys like. Hopefully she doesn't do it there, but I don't know. And if she does, hopefully, I don't know, she cares enough to like do something about it. Cause like I was saying, like when she first moved in, and like, well, not when she first moved in, but when like, I don't know, like she took care of herself at first, and then like just slowly gave up. And like anytime she would have like, like she don't pay attention, just go to work and stay hidden, dude. I don't know. I don't know. I hope she doesn't do this. Like my mom, I don't, like I was saying, my mom was saying she's been like going for walks and exercising and like taking showers and stuff. And like, so it sounds like she's doing better. But like I was saying, that's how she does it every other time she's done it here. She like gets on her physical therapy, starts working out, and then just like one day stops, or like slowly stops, and then it just like stops completely. But like the, I'm sure, well, I don't know. Maybe you didn't hear about that Saturday that Celeste came over, because like I don't know, my mom said that she didn't tell her mom, so I was like, wait, what? That seems like something. Like I told my mom, I tried to like tell my mom immediately, because I was like, dude, what do I do? Like, what is going on here? But yeah, like the house, like I was saying, the house smelled so bad that I was literally sleeping in my car, so I didn't even know something was wrong until Celeste texted me to be like, hey, grandma's been ignoring me since like yesterday. Or like, not ignoring, well, she was ignoring, but Celeste didn't know this at the time. But Celeste was like, oh yeah, grandma's not texting me, can you like check on her? And I was like, oh, like that's weird. Like grandma's not dead. Like grandma's been awake, and like I talked to her like a couple hours ago. Like she should have been texting you. Like I don't know, that's weird. Maybe her phone has been dead and she just hasn't like bothered to charge it or something. But then it turns out my grandma, yeah, was just like ignoring Celeste since like the day before, for like, I don't know, no reason. I don't know. Or maybe there was a reason, and I just like, I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's hard to like, my grandma does stuff for like no reason. Like, I don't know. But anyway, what was I talking about before I start talking about my grandma again? I don't like talking about my grandma on stream. I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, I don't, because, like, I don't know. Like, I never have, like, good stories to tell anymore. But always, like, someone brings something up and gets me, like, on a tangent. Maybe it was just, like, hold on, now I'm, like, reading. Let's see. Yeah, I'm reading back through the chat, and like I think it was talking about COVID, and then I was talking about like how when I had COVID, I also was like, oh yeah, like it was like, yeah, my COVID, like I was like, it probably wouldn't have been so bad if all that stuff with my grandma didn't go down, because like I don't know, I probably would have just been able to like lay in bed and suffer, but instead I was like up and moving and cleaning and like doing all kinds of stuff and suffocating because the house smelled so bad that like I would gag, and like I was saying, I would gag, like I would breathe, it would smell awful, I would gag and start coughing like crazy. Oh, scary movies. But okay, now scary movies, dude. She's been smug dancing for an hour and 20 minutes. I guess like an hour and 15, but whatever. Anyway, I do want to talk about scary movies. Oh, but my car. Well, anyway, yeah, I don't know. I gotta like, I don't know if I'll take it in or follow. Well, I'll see if I can do the thing myself, because if it's just like snip some cables and like plug them back in, because I don't know, like a battery cable doesn't seem like it would need that much. Thanks for the gift. Oh, Alex got it. Sweet. I like it when it's someone I know gets that. Thank you, Lupe. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'll see if I can do the thing with myself for my car, because like I don't know, like I've tipped cables, like well, not cables like that, but I've done like, you know, like Ethernet cables and stuff like that. That was like my job forever. It can't be that much different. It can't be harder than that. But the movies. So I watched The Ring. This was basically just like short reviews of everything. The Ring wasn't that scary. The Japanese original, Ringu. It wasn't that scary until the end, but and it wasn't even that scary. It was just like you get the iconic moment of her crawling out of the TV, and you're like, oh, there it is, and it's like, it's pretty intense and spooky, but it's not like, it doesn't last that long, and then the movie kind of ends, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, I didn't think it was that scary throughout. Like there's like some like intense images and stuff like that. You're like, oh dang, like that's kind of like spooky, and you're just like, oh, I get it, I see why this is happening, and like, I don't know. Shocker when she crawls out. Just turn the TV off. She gets stuck halfway. And then you can just, I don't know, call the cops. Be like, look, it's real. That's what like a lot of these movies kind of like had in common was like it's like these movies all came out around the same time. All these movies I watched. And they all had like a similar theme of, there's nothing you can do, and there's no reason for any of it. It just sucks. It sounds like a bad porno. I'm sure that's I'm sure that's been done. But so like, oh no, I stopped it. Yeah, The Ring, like the whole movie, or not the whole movie, but like most of the movie felt like that's why they scared you. That's what, like, yeah, that's why, like I was saying, like if I would have watched it as a kid, it probably would have been way more effective and way scarier. Cause like even after like watching 5 of them, like it was just like, if I see the scary dude, that's what, like, well, I don't know, like I don't know, like I have like instances where I'm like you were talking about like the other day when the lights went off in the shower. There's in The Grudge. I remember because I watched the Western version of The Grudge and The Ring, and I remember the scene in the Western version, but it's also in the original. Try not to look around at the hostel in Kyoto. Well, I don't know. I love that kind of like scary stuff, but also like, yeah, like if stuff like that happens in, oh god, I'm dropping frames again, dude. Why is this happening? I've dropped 18,000 frames. I wonder if like the twins are doing something. Installing something, download. Well, they would have been, that means they would have to be downloading for like an hour and a half. I don't know, maybe tonight just is not a good night to stream. Maybe once I'm done talking, I'll just cut it and like not actually play the game. But you're talking about how the lights went off when you were, or the power went out when you were in the shower. So like I've had like nightmares. Well, I mean, I've had like, I don't know, like I've been scared of that happening, and like I was talking about, like that happened to me once, but it wasn't like the power went out. It was just like our automatic light went out, and so like I just like had to like make motion and the light came back on or whatever. But I was like scared that the power was just like the power was out or the light wasn't gonna come back on, and I would have to like stumble over to the light to turn it back on. Like there's a scene in The Grudge where one of the characters is like washing her hair. Wait. Oh, if Gabby was home, you would have been more scared. Went into shock and held it together, dude. I don't know what I like. Yeah, like I was saying, like I would have like stumbled out of the, like I would have got out of the shower, try to turn on the light. If it didn't come back on, look for my phone and just like give up on my shower and just use my flashlight to dry off and get out as soon as. Well, I would probably like just leave the bathroom, because the bathrooms are scary. Like I'm pretty scared of the bathroom. Not like scared of the bathroom, but like out of all the places in the house, I think the bathroom is the scariest because of Bloody Mary. That's literally it. I'm not scared of like monsters in my closet or under my bed or whatever. Like I think if someone would have died, like if there would have been like, if we moved in and they're like, oh yeah, someone died in your room or in that room or whatever, I still would be more scared of the bathroom. Tooth Fairy came out of the darkness. Wait, you didn't think about Bloody Mary? That would have been my first thought. That's what I think of. Like if the power does go out and I have to go to the bathroom, I'm always like, I literally like try to like pee in the toilet in a way that I cannot see the mirror, so I can just like pretend nothing exists behind me or whatever, so Bloody Mary can't get me. But in The Grudge, dude, Bloody Mary's been like ingrained in my brain because when I was younger, one of my cousins, he like, I don't know, he always like would like tell us scary stories. Lupe, you could probably ask Celeste, or you probably met Carlos. Carlos used to like lock us in, like my aunt's house used to have like this, like I've talked about it before, but there's like this like little I don't know what you would call it, but it's like a door that would open and there would be like everyone else's doors to their rooms, and you could close that door behind and like you just be like locked in this small little section. Yes, one of like the haunted house. Well, at least I thought it was haunted. But I don't know how much of that was like him just like scaring it. Like now that I think about it, I'm like, I don't know, it could have just been him like screwing with us and making like doing stuff somehow, and I didn't know he was there, or I couldn't see, because like one of the things was like oh, what was it? There was like something he did that like we threw something away because we were scared of it, and then he went out to the trash and brought it back inside and put it somewhere for us to find again and be like, oh, it came back, like stuff like that. Unless it was like that was like a haunting and it wasn't actually him. Like another thing was like I talked about it before, but in my cousin's room, one of my cousins, Trenton, he there was like these little like dolls that would like sit on like his windowsill or whatever, or a shelf or something. And I remember him being scared of them or something, or like one of us was scared of them, so we put them under the bed. And then the next morning we woke up and they were back up there, and I was like, what the heck? Like, but I don't know, could have just been my aunt came in and like put them back up or something. Like, I don't know, just like a lot of weird stuff happened there. But like one of the things was like my cousin Carlos, he used to just like tell scary stories, and one of them was like Bloody Mary, and like he would like make us do the Bloody Mary challenge and like put us in the bathroom and like I don't know, like not like make like if we didn't say it, he would say it for us like through the door, and just like it was scary. I don't know. And so like Bloody Mary's been like ingrained in my brain. Every time I go into the bathroom, I'm just like, if the lights aren't on, I'm like, I don't want to see Bloody Mary. But so one of the things is like in the shower scene, or in like one of the characters taking a shower in The Grudge, and she feels like fingers in the back of her head, like someone's like has her hand on the back of her head, and she like freaks out and turns around. And like every time I go to take a shower, especially now that I have long hair, when I wash my hair and I'm like going to like reach to the back, I'm like afraid to like touch fingers. But like seeing that scene, I was like, oh, that's the scene, and like I'm still afraid of that every now and then. Like I remember that. Never remember even up to try. Dude, I've never like actually, like I don't know, I've never done it again or like tried again. I'm too scared. Used to do Bloody Mary all the time. Ugh. Oh God, Virgin Mary. Wait. I know there was like an incident, like I don't know, like a while ago when I was way younger, about like one of the Virgin Mary statues like crying tears or something like that, or crying blood, crying tears. That's intense, dude. Oh, so like wait. There's like, oh, I've also, yeah, I mean, I have dreamt about like taking showers and like that happening, where like I like go to wash my hand and wash my hair and there's like a hand touching the back of my head. But that, I don't know, I haven't had like that dream in a while. And that's like always like, oh, like I wake up and I'm like, oh, that's because like I watched The Grudge when I was younger, and that's like stuck with me. Catholicism is creepy, dude. It is. That's yeah. But it's like, I don't know. Oh, I keep hitting the mic. It's like the cause and solution. What was it? Oh, I've never used the Ouija board either. That's like, I don't know. I would never mess with that. Cause like, I don't know. I don't mess with that stuff. I don't want to mess with that stuff. I don't want to like I love reading horror stories and watching scary movies, and like, I don't know. I got the Necronomicon. Like, I don't know. Like, I love occult and like scary stuff like that, but I will not I will not mess with like the act. Like I will not try to invoke anything myself ever, for real, dude. For real. Like, I don't want to take the chance. I'm not even like that superstitious, but like that's just something that it's like it's so easy to not mess with, and there's the repercussions are so much worse than like, I don't know, anything you would get out of it. But okay, back to the movies. So The Ring, it's like, I don't know, it's like an interesting movie. It's kind of like, well, I feel like, okay, so The Ring and Dark Waters, or not Dark Waters, oh yeah, Dark Waters, The Ring, Dark Waters, What else? There was one other movie. I don't know, but like a couple of them or a few of them, the acting was kind of like bad. Like I was just like, man, like it felt like I don't know, but like I don't know, I didn't really like look into what the um like budget and stuff on these movies were, cause like I don't know, they got like big, but I don't know if they were like AAA like big. They weren't Hollywood because they were Japan, but I don't know if they were like meant to be big movies or if they were just like little indie movies that like this guy made or these guys made that just like blew up because they I don't know ended up being good, but like but then the acting and stuff suffers because or the acting and stuff was bad, so like the movie kind of like has that, but I don't know. It's also Japanese, so maybe Japanese have like different standards and stuff like that. Uh, but anyway, like the ring was like interesting. Like it's like kind of like a mystery until like the very like near the very end. Like there's scary moments, but it wasn't like that scary until the end when Sadako comes out of the TV and you're like, and you're just like, oh god, and then like you know she kills the guy or whatever, and then you're just like, oh dang, because like at that point, spoilers for the ring, you think it's over, you think they solved it, but they didn't. And then that's when you get like the whole thing of like, because like it's like the thing is like, oh yeah, you watch this movie and you die in 7 days, but that's when the reveal comes that like, oh, like why did he die but not her? Because they both watched the movie, and it's like, oh, because like if you watch the movie and you show it to someone else before your 7 days before you die, the curse basically gets passed to them, and you're not gonna die. Yeah, it's like this. It's the same as the Western remake, the American remake. Um, but but I think well, I don't know. I was gonna say the American one is scarier, but I watched it when I was younger. Like I was saying, like if I would have watched this when I was younger, I probably would have been way more scared. Um, but what was it? I don't know. I still liked it overall. It just I wasn't like as like it wasn't the scary movie that I kind of was like promised, like what I was expecting after like I don't know hearing everyone talk about it for so long and stuff like that. Maybe my expectations were too high, or maybe I just watched too many other actually way scarier movies. Um, but what was it? Then I watched. So I watched. Yeah. So I watched Ringu. Then I watched this movie called Dark Waters, which is from the same director, I think. Uh, and that movie, so the premise is like this mom moves into this new apartment with her daughter. Never want to go into caves because I never want to go into caves because of all the horror stories you hear about people getting trapped in caves and stuff, but also because of The Descent. That movie, actually, I like that movie. Well, it wasn't. I didn't think it was that good, but I liked it. Like I liked. I didn't think it was that. Well, okay. There's like some scary moments, and like I definitely will not. Like I never had much of an interest in going into caves or like cave diving or exploring, but even less after that movie. Um, but I don't know. Like there's like I know there's something I really didn't like about it, but I think like overall I enjoyed it, or I at least liked I had fun with it. But Dark Waters is probably like my favorite of the movies I've watched the last few days. But so yeah, it's like cheesy mid 2000s vibe. It's also like more of kind of like a slasher. Just because like all the violent deaths and stuff, which like I'm not really into like slasher horror. Um, like I'll watch a slasher, but they're usually not my favorite. Um, but so Dark Waters came out in like 2002, I think, which is like a year after The Ring, I think. But like I was saying, it's from the same guy, and it's like kind of the same where it's like it's yeah. So like this mom moves into this apartment with her daughter, and there's like the house, like the ceiling keeps leaking, and like she keeps like I don't know, seeing like I don't know, there's like a lot of water, and I'm not scared to say, yeah. Um, it's a lot of water, and like basically there's like a ghost that I don't know, like keeps like making trouble with water, and like but it's not. That's not like what makes a movie scary. But it's not even like I was saying, like it's a lot like The Ring. Like the guy, it's the same guy. So it has like it's like there's no like the scariness comes from the kind of like how you can't do anything about it. Like it's like this is just what you have to deal with, and sucks for you, but oh well. Like you're just unlucky. And it's like yeah, it's like that. And like but there's like so much more around it. Like there's so much more to it than The Ring had, which it made me like it more. And it also like the ending is so sad. Like I almost like I don't know, I got like a little choked up because it was just like, dang dude, like this movie wasn't even that, like there's like scary moments and stuff, but like I'm sad now. I'm not even like scared or like anything. I just feel bad. Human Centipede. I watched that. I think I watched like I think there's like multiple sequels. I think I've seen at least the first two, but I don't know. I didn't like either of them. They felt like, well, I don't know. I know they were like, it's like shock, like not gore. What's like, I don't know, just like shock. Movie's just a bummer. Yeah, it's like, but it's also really gross, dude. Like I don't know. That's like one of the things. Like I just like. That's one of the reasons I don't really like slashers. I don't like gore and like gross stuff like that much. And like Human Centipede is, I don't think there's like that much gore. I mean, there kind of is gore, like because like sometimes like there's like I'm pretty sure there's a scene where like I don't know, someone like tries to pull away and like rips like part of their mouth or whatever. And they're like stitched up and like I don't. It's just so gross. Play with them like a dog. I don't remember like much about it, other than it just being like supremely gross. But I know I've seen it, and I don't want to watch it again because like sometimes it's like, oh, I know I've seen that movie, but I don't remember much about it, so I should rewatch it. But that's one that I'm like, I don't want to rewatch. I like, no, thank you. But Dark Waters, very good, better than The Ring. Scary in a lot of the same ways, but also like just like way more emotionally affecting. Like you care about the characters and you like relate to them, you feel bad for them and stuff like that. Babadook, yeah, I think we watched that together. That one's pretty good. But it's also like that one's scary. Okay, that one's actually like pretty scary. But it's also like it's a lot like Dark Waters, where you just feel bad for like the mom, and like you're just like it's like, yeah, I don't know, like because like Dark Waters, like you feel bad for the mom because she's also like she's dealing with a divorce, and she's trying to like she's fighting over custody of her daughter. She has to like find a job because she can't pay, like she can't afford her rent or something. Like she has like all this stuff she has to like deal with, and there's a ghost. And it's like you just like feel so bad for her. Because in The Ring, like everyone in The Ring is just like, you know, hey, we're just like doing this investigation, trying to figure out why people are dying from this videotape or whatever. Like nobody else has any other struggles outside of that. Same thing with like The Grudge and what was the other movie? Oh, Pulse. Well, Pulse is different. I'm gonna talk about Pulse next. But Dark Waters, actually, like that's probably one of it's like I liked it a lot. Like it might be one of my more favorites. Maybe not one of my favorites. But like I would recommend it. And then Pulse. So I've been talking about Pulse because like I watched a video on YouTube of some guy doing like some like, I don't know, analysis of a scene from that movie where he's like, oh, the scariest scene in all, I don't know, of all horror movies. And I watched the scene and I was like, okay, that's kind of creepy, but I don't like, I feel like I've seen scarier stuff than that. And then like I was like, I watched the video and he's like talking about how it's why it's so scary and this and that. And it's like, well, yeah, like I don't know, like it felt like, I don't know, maybe it wasn't, I mean the video wasn't for me. Like I was just like, I know all this stuff, or I know why things are scary and creepy, like I don't know, but I was like, maybe this is like, yeah, I don't know, it wasn't for me. It's for people who don't watch scary movies that much, or like don't think too much about what they're watching. But it made me want to watch the movie. So I went and watched the movie because I was like, maybe it'll like be scarier in context. Oh, right, Lupe. I mean, I can go back. We can I mean, well, yeah, I was talking about it earlier. Celeste was there on Saturday, or that Saturday with the incident. Celeste will probably know. Well, Celeste definitely knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, I don't want to go back to that. Paranormal Activity scared you more than... Oh, that one. Yeah, Paranormal Activity. That's actually like a lot like The Ring and stuff like that, where it's like, because like I don't know, I feel like I was saying, like I'm watching all these like Japanese and like one Korean. The Korean movie is called Tale of Two Sisters. That one isn't as like related to the rest of them. A Tale of Two Sisters is really good actually. I want to talk about that too. But anyway, what was I? Pulse. Or wait. Yeah. Well, okay. Paranormal Activity is like, it's one of those like, okay, you just have to deal with the situation. There's nothing you can do. You just like you were just unlucky, and now you're screwed. And that's what makes it. That's what part of the scare is from. But it's also like a really well done found footage movie. Aliens surviving that? Wait. Aliens surviving what? You're talking about like in the first Alien movie or whatever? I don't remember. Do they show some? Because I remember like spoilers for Alien when like at the end of the movie, Sigourney Weaver, Ellen Ripley I think is her name in the movie, she like blasts the alien off of like the ship or whatever. I don't remember what she uses. Like I don't know if it's like a gun or what, but the alien's like floating in space. But I don't know if they ever show. Yeah, xenomorph. Yeah. But I don't know, surviving what that ending in the movie where she gets like, where it gets like sent off into space. I mean, I'm sure, like I was saying, I don't know if it shows it actually like die from that, or if it shows it like come back. Excuse me. Think you'll be able to survive the whole ordeal? Oh, do I think? Probably not. I don't know. It seems like everyone died except for Ripley, and I don't know. She barely made it. I would probably end up being like, I don't know. Like I'm a Marine, but I'm not trained to fight aliens. Like I don't know. I mean, but they also do a lot of stupid stuff that you're like, why would you do that in that movie? Like maybe I would survive. There's a lot of like just like sending people either by themselves or in pairs to a place that you know someone is going to die. He's a Marine. Stop it. Okay, wait, I want to talk about so Dark Waters. I love that movie. Like that movie was like, I watched The Ring, and then the next day I watched Dark Waters, and I was like, wait, this movie, like, it was like scarier and like way more emotionally affecting. Like I was way more invested, and then by the end of it I was like, dang, that was a good movie. Where The Ring, I was like, all right, that was like, it was all right. Like I see what like started this kind of like trend and like got this movie remade or whatever, but also like it wasn't that scary. But then Pulse. So Pulse is the premise of the movie is people are like disappearing, and like it kind of seems like they're getting sucked into their computers. I don't know. Well, I'm trying to like, I don't know how to explain it without spoiling stuff. But like basically people are dying or like disappearing, and like people are seeing weird stuff in their computers, and like seeing those people in their computers. And like, yeah, I don't know, like it's like there's like a whole thing. It's like 2 hours long too. Oh, it's like an hour and 50 something minutes. I was like surprised because like after like an hour and 15 minutes I was like, all right, like I had to go to the bathroom. I was like, how much time is left? Because like I'll just hold it if the movie is about to end soon. And then I was like, wait, there's still like half an hour at least. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go pee. But I was like shocked because like every other movie, like The Ring and Dark Waters, were only like an hour and a half each, I think. maybe like The Ring was like an hour and 20 or something, or maybe that was The Grudge. I don't know. One of them was like pretty short. But anyway, Pulse, like, yeah, it's like it's a lot of like technology and like kind of like the spirit world or like the afterlife, kind of like mixing with technology, and it was kind of cool. But I don't know, I wasn't like I was saying, like I watched it because of that one YouTube video where the guy's like analyzing a scene and he's like, oh yeah, like this is the scariest scene in all of horror, like all horror movies ever. And I was just like, okay, it wasn't that scary. Let me watch the movie and see if it makes it scarier. And it didn't really. There's like way scarier scenes, I think, in that movie. Whatever. But anyway, like I finished the movie and it was kind of like, yeah, it's like it's like the other two where it's like, yeah, this is just how things are. Sorry, sucks for you, but that's it. And then like, yeah, the movie, like the way the movie ends is kind of depressing where, I don't know, like, well, I guess The Ring is the same way. Like the problem doesn't get solved. Dark Waters, the problem gets solved. It's just like kind of depressing the way it gets solved and like what happens afterwards and stuff like that. But Pulse is like, it's like The Ring where it's like, all right, things didn't get solved. So we just have to live with it basically and like kind of like live around it. But I still liked it. I liked it more than The Ring, but I didn't like it as much as Dark Waters. Then I watched The Grudge. No, I watched A Tale of Two Sisters, and then I watched The Grudge. But I want to talk about A Tale of Two Sisters last, because it's separate from the rest. Because that one's Korean too. That one's like, it's Korean, and it like, I don't know, all these other movies like The Grudge now, like they all have like the same thing. Like I was talking about at the beginning, where it's like, sorry, like you just got unlucky, you're being haunted now, that's it, there's nothing you can do about it except die. And the grudge might be, I don't know, I think I liked it a little bit more than The Ring, but it's still like, I don't know, like watching, I think Dark Waters got remade, got like an American remake or a Western remake too, but I never heard of it and I never watched it. And I don't think, oh, I think Pulse did too, but that one came like way later, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I hadn't watched those two remakes. But The Grudge is like, it like, I don't remember much about the Western version, like the American remake. But I think it had like just like one character. I think it was just like Sarah Michelle Gellar or something. I don't remember if she was in The Grudge or The Ring, but maybe she was in both. But she's in one of them, and she's the main character. And I think in The Grudge, she's the main character of The Grudge. But like, it just like follows her, or like whoever the main character or main characters, like a couple main characters are of that movie. It just follows them for the whole movie as they like go in and out of the house or whatever. But in this Japanese original version, there's like a bunch of like, it's like, it shows like a bunch of different people, and like they're kind of like their experience with the Grudge and that house. And pretty much everyone dies, but like it just like, it hops from like character to character. Like it'll like, it starts off and it'll like say their name, and then it like does their little like, what do you call it, like a vignette. Like it, like there's like, it's like vignetted, like where like there's just like, it's not, because it's not like a anthology, because like they're all kind of like, I don't know, I mean kind of is like an anthology, but not really. Like they're all like going through the same thing. Fatal Frame is better, dude. Watching all these movies, I was like, I kept thinking about Fatal Frame, and I was like, I would like, this is why video games are superior, because Fatal Frame, like the games, like I kept thinking of Fatal Frame and how much better it is than all these movies. Actually, there's a Fatal Frame movie. I don't know if you heard me talk about it. I talked about it like a few weeks ago or a month ago or something. You get to do something. Yeah. You get to do something. And like the stories in those games are better than these movies. Except maybe Dark Waters. Well, Dark Waters is different though. Like I was saying, Dark Waters is like, just like emotionally affecting. Like you get invested in the characters, and you're like, you're just like, because in these other movies like The Ring, Pulse, The Grudge, like all these, I'm like, okay, I don't really like, it's me just like watching these characters get like killed and like watching them have to deal with this. But in Dark Waters, you're like rooting for the main character. Like, no, like I want her to like, I don't know, I don't want bad stuff to happen to her. I want her to get out of it. And then I don't know, she gets out of it, like she fixes it, but it's also like sad, and you're like, man. But with the Grudge, it's like, yeah, it's like a bunch of like people who all like are all like related to each other in some way. Like they either know each other or they're actually like related. And then them like going into this house to like try and figure out what's going on with the last person who just died, who they know or knew or whatever. Or like, yeah, I don't know, but it's like, I don't know, it's kind of fun. It's kind of, or not fun, but it's like, it's cool the way they do that. Cause like I was saying, like when I watched the remake first, like however many years ago. So watching this and seeing that, it's like, oh wow, I'm pretty sure they didn't do this with the remake. And I kind of like this a lot better than what they did with the remake. Well, I like this way of doing this better. And it's cool because like it starts with one character and then it basically ends with that character. But the ending is kind of like, not like ambiguous, but I don't know, kind of like not confusing. I mean, kind of confusing. Like when I finished it, I was like just kind of like, wait, why? Like why her specifically, and like not anyone else that has died before, and like also like I don't like what are the rules to this curse or ghost? Because like every other one has been like, oh, there's like, I don't know, I feel like people always talk about it when they talk about horror movies, but there are rules that get like established, and that's what like kind of makes things scary, is like you know how it works, and now you just have to like, it's up to like, now you're just watching the characters to see how they like figure it out. And like if there are no rules, you're just kind of like, well then what's the point if they can just like, it's like I don't know, it's like having a character who can, it's like having like a Mary Sue, like a character that just like is like the best character at everything and can do everything, and you're just like, well then what's the point? like there's no stakes anywhere. So if this curse is just like, oh, like there's no rules, then it's like, well then what's the point of even having this movie? Like you could have just like, what was the whole point of the entire movie if at the end you're just gonna be like, oh yeah, and basically it's God and can kill everyone in the entire world? And it's like, what? Okay, because that's basically how, like, that's what the implication of the ending kind of is like, oh, it's like spreading basically and is going to like take over the whole world. And it's like, okay, so there's no like, it's not like the whole movie makes you think it's like contained to this house, but then the ending you're just like, wait, is it like getting like the whole neighborhood and like maybe the whole city or something? Because like you see like what at like throughout the movie you see like missing posters of the characters, because like some of them die and like go missing, like they get like consumed by the grudge or whatever. But some characters like they have bodies or whatever, but like you'll see these missing posters, and like at the end of the movie it's like going through like the city, or like showing like different like shots of the city, and there's like missing posters everywhere, and you're like, okay, so are people just going missing all over the city now? And you're just like, and I know they made sequels, so maybe like it gets addressed in the sequels or something, but I don't know if I have faith that it actually does. And I'm not going to watch them until I run out of other stuff. But what about Insidious? Hereditary? Okay, so Insidious, I've seen the first one. I might have seen the second one, but I know I really liked the first one, and I was like, it was pretty scary. That one, and there's another movie that's pretty close to Insidious. It's like they came out around the same time, and they're both kind of like, they're not the same, but they have like similar vibes. Was it The Conjuring? It might have been The Conjuring. I really like The Conjuring too. I like both of those like first movies. I know I watched the second Conjuring, and I didn't like it as much as the first. I can't remember, like I was saying, I can't remember if I watched the second Insidious, and if I did, I didn't like it as much as the first. But Hereditary, dude, Hereditary is like, that movie is like, it's not even like that scary for like the first half, or like the first like 3/4. It's just like kind of like suspenseful, well, it's like, I don't know, it's like building up the sense of dread, and then like the ending happens, and I know like I've seen like a lot of people complain that like the ending, like, or like, yeah, like the last like third or quarter of the movie, like complaining about like it actually being like, yeah, exactly, it's like more drama, like it's like family, like, yeah, like the family drama, and like kind of like the all right, spoilers for Hereditary. the daughter dies, and like so like it's like them dealing with that and like all that stuff, but then also like weird stuff is happening, and you can't tell if it's supernatural or like psychological, if like the mom is going crazy and the family's just kind of like losing their minds over like in grief over like the daughter's death and stuff like that, or if like something spooky is actually happening. And that's like so cool. But like this is what I was talking about, like once it like kind of reveals, another spoiler, that it's like actually supernatural. I've heard like I know a lot of people didn't like that it was like actually supernatural, or that it kind of like reveals it. Like some people wanted it to be ambiguous, some people wanted it to be psychological. I like that it was super. I could have like I like what they did, and I would have been satisfied with whatever they did, because like it's done so well. But like yeah, like once like the supernatural stuff kicks off, once it's like, oh, there's like the grandma, so like the mom's mom was like setting up this whole like demon ritual revival like stuff. Like it was just like, dang, what the heck? And like it gets like, that's when it gets scary, and it's like actually like I was like, it was actually scary. But like also like cool. Like it was like, I don't know, like I don't know, like I like watching scary movies, because like when I get scared I love it. Like it's just like I'm like I like seeing scary stuff. Like I think it's cool. Like I don't know, that's why I keep watching horror movies and playing scary like horror games and stuff. It's just like I just love like seeing what people do for scares and to scare and stuff like that. And like yeah, like seeing like, I don't know, like the creepy people in the house like standing in corners and things like that, and it's just like, dude, like it's so good. It's so good, because you're just like, you're focusing on one thing, and then in your peripheral you're like, oh, there's a dude over there, and you just like, you get like scared by it immediately, and then you're just like, now you know, and you're like watching every corner, and like the mom is like oblivious, and you're just like, oh my god, she's gonna die, or like something's gonna happen, and you're just like it's like, it's so good. And then yeah, then it gets like super intense like in the like last like 10 minutes. Very good. You saw the person in the shadows and Gabby didn't. Oh god. And then you, okay, and well then you would try to explain, like you'd have to like rewind and be like, no no no, look, but like as you're trying to explain it, she won't believe you. People don't, I don't know, but it's so good. It's good. There's another movie by the same director, I think, that's like, hold on, let me look. Ari Aster. Did he do Midsommar, I think? Hold on. Yes, okay. And that movie's a lot like, it's a lot like Hereditary, and it's like horror, where it's talked, okay, yeah. But yeah, Midsommar is like a lot like Hereditary, except it's like way, it has like a different setting, a way like brighter and lighter setting, where like Hereditary is like very gloomy and inside the house a lot of the time and dark and stuff like that, and Midsommar is like out in the sun in a field, like everyone's like celebrating and stuff like that, but they have like the same kind of like dread building atmosphere. Like you know something's wrong, and you're just like kind of like tense the whole time, and then like the reveal comes, and it's like, okay, it is what you thought, and not like psychological or as psychological. Yeah, Dread is such a good, like, I don't know, I love like watching movies that do that, like suspenseful, tense, dread filled horror movies usually do more for me than like, I don't know, like they definitely do more for me than like jump scares, but like more than like, oh, like, I don't know, like here's a scary moment, you know, or a bunch of scary moments. I'd rather feel unsettled than like get scared a bunch. Unsettled for like a long period of time. Makes you want to watch scary movies, but you're ultra alone. Wait, are you training, or are you at home? Because I remember you were like supposed to go to that training or something like that, or you were at that training. I don't know. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, The Grudge. So yeah, The Grudge, whatever. Like, it was cool. I liked it. I liked it more than The Ring. Oh, your annual training is next week. Okay. Wait. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Akira. I know Akira was like out there somewhere, but I remember you guys were like, oh, wait, but I don't know, whatever. I'm confused now. I know you're making a joke about going to visit him. He's in Vermont. Okay. Oh, yeah, he's still there because, yeah, he has to, like, he was talking about quarantining and then quarantining until he leaves or whatever. All right, well, whatever. Anyway, I mean, I watched, like, the last few days I've been pretty much alone. I think my mom's been home. I haven't really checked. Well, she was home today, but I don't know. Sometimes she like spends the night out, like at friends or whatever, or goes places over the weekend. But anyway, I have been like paranoid going to the bathroom because like I don't know. I live in darkness. I've been watching all these movies all throughout the night and stuff like that. So like every time I go to the bathroom, I'm just like, oh, one of the things that keeps scaring me is like, I've been hanging my towel up in the bathroom and my towel is like solid black. And so like when I open my door and go to the bathroom, I can see my towel like in the mirror, like in the bathroom. And like every time I open the door, like I'm not like looking straight ahead into the bathroom as I'm opening my door. I'm just like opening the door and like I look up and I just like see a dark shadow in the bathroom. And I'm like, every time it catches me, I'm just like, and then I'm just like, oh, it's my towel. Step out into a long jagged hallway. I mean, it's not, there's like a corner, but it is like, I do look down the hallway and then into the bathroom. Demons using my towel to hide, dude. That's not fair. Knowing I'll blame it. That's what I get. I get paranoid about that stuff sometimes where I'm like I'll like, you know, glance down the hallway or like glance into the bathroom as I'm like going down the hallway and I'll catch my towel. I'm like I get like a little scared. I'm like, oh, something's there. And I'm like, oh no, it's just my towel. And I start walking away. I'm like, well, what if it's not? What if someone is standing in front of my towel using my towel as cover? And then it's like, ugh, that would suck. I would be doomed. There's nothing I can do. I would have to accept my fate. Okay, Tale of Two Sisters. I want to talk about Tale of Two Sisters because I watched that this morning. I watched this movie back when I was in Okinawa, so like I don't know, between 7 and 9 years ago, or no, 9 and 11 years ago, whatever. Watched it when I was in Okinawa, and I liked it, and it was pretty scary, but it's been so long since I seen it that I was like, man, I want to watch it again because like I don't remember what made it so scary other than like I remember the twists and I remember like kind of like one of like the more important scenes, but I was like I don't remember everything else around it. And so I watched that like last night into this morning, kind of like I started like 3 a.m. or something. That movie's I think like a couple hours long. But that movie's like it's not like the last four, and this one's South Korean, so like the Ring, Pulse, Dark Waters, and The Grudge are all Japanese. This one's South Korean, and like I was kind of like assuming that it would like I was saying I couldn't remember much about it, but I was like I think it's like kind of in the same category as the rest of them where there's like just like a inevitable, unstoppable like ghost or something that you just have to deal with and you're just kind of screwed. But it wasn't. And like I was like, as I was watching it, I was like starting to remember more and more, but also like remembering like or like seeing stuff that I was like I didn't remember and I couldn't remember that I was like, oh dang. Like, and like when I finished the movie, I was like I had like a better understanding where like I think the first time I watched it I just like I don't know, I didn't think too hard about it. So like once it was over I was just like, oh, that was scary, I liked it. But this time I was like, oh dang, like there's like a lot I missed like the first time I watched it, or like yeah, like just like I either missed it or just didn't remember it. That like the second time I was like, dang, like that movie, it was really good. It was like it was so good. And then like once I finished it, I like sat there thinking about it because like there's like so basically I'm not gonna spoil it because it's like I feel like everyone should watch it unspoiled. There's like it's really easy to spoil. Well, so like okay, it's easy to spoil because like there's a couple twists, and one of them is really obvious, and like the whole like I feel like okay, I'm not gonna tell you what the twist is, but there's like a twist, and you're like, oh, I know what. Like I know, like as I was watching, I was like, oh, that I remember this. I remember like I know what is gonna happen. But then like another thing happened that I was like, oh, like I completely missed that, and I was just like, dang, what the heck? And then like after it was over, I was like, dang, like I was just like thinking over the movie, and I was like, oh, that's why this was like, that's why this happened. That this makes sense now. Like all these things that I was like, oh, that's why this person did this or that guy did that. Like, well, like, and I was just like, dude, what the heck? This movie is so good, so good. Spoiled. I mean, I will spoil it right now, so you can never watch it. No, I don't want to. You should watch it. It's really good. Oh well, yeah. So like the basic premise is like these two sisters come out of like a what do you call it, like a mental facility. I don't know, what's the word for those, like an asylum, I don't know. Might need to watch it when Gabby comes back. It's not that scary. It's like, I mean, it does like kind of like deal with like supernatural ghost kind of stuff, but it's not it's not scary like that. If you want to watch it, Mental Hospital. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like the names for that always change and like sometimes become offensive or inoffensive. I don't know. Like I feel like if you say like mental asylum, that's like, I don't know if it's offensive or just like incorrect or what, but like I don't know. They just basically were like in an institution and they came out. Mom's been making you watch scary movies. Watch, well, Looney Bin. Yeah, exactly. Watch A Tale of Two Sisters, and then when you come home, make Honda watch it, because now there's two people telling him to watch it. And don't you watch Korean K-dramas and stuff? Korean K-dramas. Korean dramas. K-dramas. It's a Korean, South Korean movie. But there's no, I mean, there are men in it, but there's no, like, hot boys and hot girls or whatever. What was it? Cheesy and Tropey? Yeah, I know. Joe tried to make me watch one once, and I was like, dude, this is so, like, this is like a soap opera, basically. What was it? Oh, yeah, so A Tale of Two Sisters. These two sisters come out of, like, an institution where they were, like, I don't know, dealing with some kind of trauma. And it gets, like, revealed through the movie or whatever. But they come home to their dad and his wife, his new wife, who isn't their mom. So it's their stepmom now. And she's just, like, mean to them. And, like, so there's, like, there's two sisters, like, an older, I think she's older. They're not supposed, I don't think they're supposed to be twins, but, like, there's, like, one sister who's, like, protective of the other one. Like, the other one is kind of, like, she gets bullied by the stepmom a lot. And so, like, the older one is, like, constantly protecting her and stuff like that. And it's really cute, like, their relationship or whatever. Like, they're like, I don't know, like, it's like, it would feel bad. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's nice to see that they have each other to, like, rely on or whatever, because you're, like, watching the movie and the stepmom is, like, so mean to them. You're just like, God, dude, if it was just, like, one of them, it would suck, because, like, you just feel so bad, because, like, they literally, like, it would be like the other horror movies where it's just like, this is your life now, sorry, it sucks. Yes, mommy. Which one was that? Was that the one with the twins? Like the German movie, I think it was. I mean, well, so this movie wasn't really like that. I mean, I guess, like, it could make you think of it, but, I mean, actually, like, their relationship kind of was like that, but, it doesn't go the same way. Might not be the title. I think it is, or it's something like that. At least it was close enough to make me think of that movie. But yeah, so, like, it's these, yeah, these sisters, like, just kind of, like, have to live in this house, and it seems like there's, like, weird stuff is happening in the house that they're, like, I don't know, like it seems haunted, but you're also kind of like, it's like with Hereditary, where you're like, I don't know how much of this is, like, psychological and, like, because these girls just came out of, like, an institution, maybe they're just, like, going crazy, or if the house is actually haunted or whatever. Yeah, we saw it together. I remember that. I remember because, like, Well, I remember like one of the kids, his name is Lucas, but they say like Lucas, like Lucas, in like Good Night, Mommy. Okay. But and he's like a little blonde hair, blue eyed kid, and it's like, oh god. And like I think this was like at the time where Lucas was like going through his like creepy phase as like a little kid or whatever, like a toddler or something. Maybe not toddler, but or maybe it was right after. I think I talked about that before, but like when I was like gone, like in the Marines, or maybe it was after I came back and was like living in San Jose or whatever. Max and Chase would tell me stories, and my mom about like Lucas like just being a creepy kid. There was like one day where they were saying like someone knocked on their door like late at night, like 11 p.m. or something, and like Max was there. Like Max was like at like in that little like game room or whatever, like the little like room right next to the front door or whatever. Uh, and he was too scared to open the door, so he like went and got my mom or Adam or something, and they were like kind of like creeped out, like who's knocking on our door this late? And so like they opened the door, and Lucas is just like standing outside, and they're like, what the heck? And they like brought him inside. And then there was like another thing where like Chase was like going up to his room or something, and like he went to like go up the stairs, and there was something just like at the bottom of the stairs, and he like freaked out and like almost stepped on it. But then like before he said he was gonna stomp it, but then like he stopped like right before he did, because he like realized it was Lucas just laying on the floor at the bottom of the stairs. He's like, Lucas, what are you doing? And then like Lucas like just like got up and like went back to bed or something. And like this was like also late at night, and just like they just like kept telling a bunch of stories that Lucas kept doing like all these weird creepy things. I thought it was funny. But yeah, then we went and saw that movie, and like one of the kids' name is Lucas, and it's like, oh god, Lucas is in this movie before he got his soul. Oh man. But anyway, A Tale of Two Sisters, very good movie. Cause yeah, like I was saying, like there's like a twist that is kind of obvious, or like I don't know, like I don't know how obvious it is, but like when I was watching it, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. And then like as I watched more of the movie and the movie finished, I was like, oh, like I was reading someone else's review, and they're like, oh yeah, there's like a twist that's like kind of obvious, but it's kind of like a distraction because there's like a bigger twist. But like because you're so focused, you're like, oh, I already know what's gonna happen. You're like, you think you have it figured out, and then there's like, oh god, I was like not paying attention to this other stuff because of that. When else had to steal it from another child? Oh god, we did have neighbors with kids. But anyway, that's all the movies. I think A Tale of Two Sisters might be my favorite, and then Dark Waters out of those. And then like, I don't know, maybe like The Grudge, Pulse, and then The Ring. But definitely, yeah, I don't know, like The Ring, like I don't know, it was like, it wasn't bad, but it was the worst out of the movies that I watched, like out of the 5. Which was weird because like that's the one that made me start watching all those movies, and it was the one that I wanted to watch the most. Like I was like, I've been wanting to watch Pulse for a while, but The Ring was like the one that I was like, I should watch the original, because I never watched the original, and I was like really interested to see it, like looking forward to it. And then I watched it, and it was like, oh, all right, that wasn't that scary. Like I see what's supposed to be scary about it, and I see like kind of why it got remade, but also like, I don't know, I've seen like way scarier movies and way better horror movies. I don't know why this movie gets so much attention. But there's another South Korean movie called The Eye that I want to watch. So I'll probably watch that after this. And then Perfect Blue, Paprika. I don't know which order I'll watch them. I have to like look at when they came out, because I know they're both from the same director, but I don't know which one came out first. I think Perfect Blue came out first. And then I want to watch Paranoid Agent. Also, I don't know, there's like, I don't know if I'll watch Paranoid Agent. I want to watch it. I don't remember much about it. I remember like kind of like the episodes being like Paranoid Agent is kind of like an anthology, I think, where like there's like, it's kind of like The Grudge actually, where it's like there's like just these different people's experiences with this like kid. I don't remember, but I don't remember like what the kid's deal was. I don't remember, like I know he's like some kind of like, I don't know, ghost or something. Wait. Oh, he never watched it. Oh God, that's like I don't know. Like when I watched The Ring and The Grudge, it was because one of my cousins brought it over and we like all watched it together. And I think I was like, it was like me and him were the only ones who were like willing to finish watching them because like everyone else, like my brothers and other cousins, were all like we were all watching them together, and everyone else like got too scared and like left the room or like covered their head and went to sleep. But me and him were like, I don't know. I wanted to see them all the way through. But I never like I knew they were remakes, but I don't know. Like I never cared enough to be like, "Oh, let me watch the original." I should have. But that's funny. Oh man. I don't know, like I'm trying to what's it I was gonna say I don't know if I've ever like rented or paid for like a horror movie and then was too scared to like finish it. But I did that with well, I didn't do it on purpose with Condemned, but like the game Condemned, I rented it and I played through like the first few hours and then I was like too scared to keep playing it. So like I stopped playing it and I was like, I'll come back to it when I'm ready. But then like our rental was up and so we had to like return it, and so then I never went back to it. So it's kind of like that. And I still have to play through it. Scared enough visiting Japan. And I kind of did the same thing with Dead Space. Gamer. Yeah, it was like a day well, it was like usually like a couple days, but like sometimes they would only be for a day. Well, not games. I guess like movies were like a day or whatever, but yeah, like I rented it on like a Friday night and I had to return it by Sunday or like Monday, but we returned it on Sunday so that I don't know, we wouldn't run over on Monday or whatever. Drop Dead Space by an hour in. That's like so like that's what I was gonna say is like there's like moments when I was playing Dead Space where I'm like, all right, I'm too scared to play anymore right now, so I'm just gonna stop, and then I would like continue the next day after I like recovered. Oh, that reminds me. So they've been having like what's it this Summer Games Fest or whatever, because they don't do E3 anymore. It's Jeff Keighley's. People call it Key 3. Bioshock was almost too scary. That man, like, well, okay, I know Bioshock's scary, but like, I like it never like the first time I played it, I wasn't that scared. Like I was like, oh, this is like some of these things are scary, but it was never like scary enough to like scare me. But I have seen like I've heard from you, I've heard from like a lot of people, and then I've seen like other streamers and like VTubers and stuff play it, and them being scared, and it's like, man, like I don't know, I'm tough, not really. Like it's just like I don't know how I didn't get so scared, because like I was saying, like with Dead Space, I was too scared to like play the game at times, where I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna like stop here for tonight. But with Bioshock, I think I was just like so like fascinated by the idea and like the gameplay and stuff that I just like pushed through it. Because like I don't know, like I hear about it and I'm like, man, I don't know, I wish I could have been as scared, because like Bioshock was just like fun to me. Like there's like scary moments that I thought were like really cool, but nothing like a Dead Space or something. Oh yeah, well yeah, and that's kind of like what I just said. It's like it's so good that like I'm like I see when it's scary, but I want to keep playing, but also like it's like it's not, I mean it is trying to be scary, but it's not like supposed to be a horror game. It's just supposed to be like this like very kind of like apocalyptic setting. But I don't know. I also just really love that game. What was I saying? I don't know. But I want to watch The Eye, which is South Korean. I had nothing about. So I knew like nothing about everything except for The Ring and The Grudge. Well, and Pulse, I guess. I knew about that one scene. But well, I guess Tale of Two Sisters, I rewatched it, so I knew a lot about it. But like when I watched Dark Waters, I knew nothing. Like I was like, I don't know what to expect from this movie. Like I didn't read anything about it. I just like saw that it was from the same director, and people recommended it along with like The Ring and stuff like that. But then also with The Ring and The Grudge, it was like it's been so long since I seen them. Like all I could really remember was like the iconic scenes and like things that people think of. Like in The Ring, Sadako coming out of the TV. That's what everyone thinks of. And then in The Grudge, like the little kid doing like making cat noises, and then like the girl crawling down the stairs or whatever, and like the noise. But other than that, I didn't remember much about like the stories and things. And then yeah, then Pulse, like all I really knew about Pulse was like that one scene, and then like the guy kind of talking about how like, oh yeah, it's about like, I don't know, something weird's going on, people are disappearing and showing up in computers, and like the movies, I'm trying to figure out what is going on. I don't want to spoil it, but it's like, it's pretty, like, I don't know, it's kind of cool. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever seen Serial Experiments Lane, but it's kind of like, well, it's not like Lane, but it's like it's like the same kind of like technology, like I don't know, like a fear of technology, like I don't know, like it's like expressing a fear, like the creators or whatever are kind of like, I don't know, like expressing that fear. Super good Grudge noise. When I watched, so like yeah, like I knew that was from the Grudge when I was watching the movie. Like that sound only comes up a few times, but I was like I don't know, it's like a creepy sound. I don't know, like every time it came up, I was just like, I don't want to hear this, like I hate it. The other thing is like the cat meowing, like the kid, like, because like they had a cat and the cat would meow or whatever, but the kid would like open his mouth and be like a cat like yowling or whatever, and it's just like, ugh, I don't like that noise either. But I don't know. And I guess like that's partly like, I mean, that's why those moments are like infamous, I guess, because they're so unsettling. But like, I don't know, it's just like something you could encounter like on a daily basis. I guess not like the noise or whatever, but like the rattle, I guess. But it's like, I don't know, yeah, like like I don't know, it stuck with me and it's sticking with me. But like, I don't know, in the moment they're not that scary. Like I was saying, like the Grudge wasn't, like The Ring and the Grudge weren't that scary on this watch. But I'm sure if I would have watched them when I was younger, I'd have been terrified. Whatever. What else? What else was I gonna talk about? Oh, well, yeah, I already talked about like missing streams. Yeah, like, so yeah, like, I don't know, like I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. So you think about it while shampooing your hair, dude. Like, well, so I took a shower, yeah, yesterday, like right after watching The Grudge, and I was fine. Like I didn't get scared or anything. But like I was saying, every time I like go to the bathroom and I see my towel in the mirror as I'm like going in the dark, it's just like, and it's like, oh nope, that's just my towel. But one of these days, how I want to marry you? No. One of these days I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna turn on the light, and the towel is not even gonna be there. It's gonna be, I'm gonna remember like, oh yeah, I'm washing my towel, and so there was something dark here, and now it's gone. Cause oh, that happens in one of these movies that I watched. Something like that happens where like, oh, Pulse. There's like in Pulse, like, so like I was saying, people disappear, but when they disappear, they kind of like leave like a dark stain, like in the shape of a body where they were. And there's like, okay, this is like a spoiler for one of the scenes, but there's like, you won't know which scene it is, but there's a scene where someone like goes and they see, like, they walk by and like they stop, keep rationalizing it, dude. They stop, they turn on the light because they're like they see something in the dark, like in the corner. They turn on the light and they see like the stain, and like, oh, it's just that stain. So they turn the light back off, and they're like, wait a second, and they turn it back on, and there's a person standing there, and they're like, and then they like, I don't know, like something, like they go to approach them or something. Something happens, but then the person disappears again. But it is like, it catches you off guard, and like now that you know, you'll be like prepared for it, but you won't know when it's happening because There's like so many instances that it could happen at. Because even I like got caught off guard because I knew that was coming because of that other video that I watched. Where I was still like, oh, like what the heck? And then like, that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna walk by the bathroom, see my towel, be like, oh, it's just my towel, and like go turn on the light and it's gone, and be like, there's gonna be like nothing there. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm gonna go wash my hands, and I'm gonna see it again. I'm gonna turn, and I was gonna be like a little kid standing there. And then I'm just gonna, kill myself. I don't know, dude. I don't even like watching all these movies and seeing all these people deal with this stuff. It's like everyone tries so hard. 7-year-old Lucas, maybe. So he's tall, so it'd be taller than what my towel would look like. Well, I guess yeah, 7-year-old Lucas would be there, so he'd be small again. Actually, be horrifying. That would be horrifying. I feel like that happens in one of these movies, something like that. Not like that specific instance, but like someone seeing like a younger version of themselves or something like that, or of someone who shouldn't be there. But yeah, like, so like, yeah, like, I don't know. The main thing that makes a lot of those movies scary is like how there's literally nothing you can do. It's just kind of like, oh, well, this is my life now until I die, basically, and this thing is gonna kill me. And so like, what do? You just like, everyone, yeah, in all these movies, everyone tries so hard to fight it or like avoid it, but it just like follows them or gets them, that it's like, yeah, I don't know, like, what do you do? What can you do except like just try to keep going? That's why Joe has a plan. Yeah, just like smash your head into the floor until you die. Yeah, exactly. Or at least knock yourself unconscious so that you're not awake as it kills you. Man, I don't know. I love horror movies. I love, like, I can't wait. Like, I want to watch The Eye, and like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, I want to watch more. And that's like, yeah, like, I don't know. There's too many horror movies, but also not enough good ones. Cause like, I don't know. I've watched like a lot over the last year that have been disappointing. I'm trying to think of like, I guess I would say like The Ring and The Grudge were kind of disappointing. They weren't like bad. It's just like they didn't meet my expectations, if that makes sense. So they were disappointing in that sense, but they were still good. I'm trying to think. I know I watched, oh, what was it? Train to Busan. I don't know if you've seen that. That one, like, I don't know, people always like put that on like their like best horror movies and stuff like that. And like, I thought it was a fun movie, but it wasn't, like, it's like a zombie movie and it wasn't scary like at all. Scared now just thinking about scary things. I love it. I love being scared. Like I was saying, it's like anytime I get scared, I'm just kind of like, well, unless it's like a real life thing where I'm like, I don't know, like the bathroom thing and I get scared of my towel or whatever, like that's not fun. But like watching scary movies and playing scary games and getting scared by something, I'm like, man, like I'm always like, I feel good afterwards because I'm like, dude, like that was good. That was like crafted well. That was like done well when it's good. Not bad, but not scary. Yeah, it's not like it was weird. Like, cause like I was saying, like, I don't know. All the people like talking about it. Oh, the Korean webcomics, those, dude. And I talked about it before. I don't know if this is supposed to happen, but one of them, oh my god, one of them when I read through it, like, I got scared, so I'm like scrolling. You can't see my mouse or whatever, but like whatever. I'm like, oh my, I was like, what was that noise? Dude, I just scared myself. Like, so like, I have my mouse plugged in, and I have my one of my mugs like sit on the cable so that like if I unplug it or whatever, it doesn't like go falling behind my desk and stuff like that. And right now when I lifted it, it like lifted the mug and like made a noise that like I heard it through my headphones, but it was that guy behind me. No, stop. I heard it through my headphones and it sounded weird. It sounded like a growl. And it kind of like scared me, especially since we've been talking about all the scary stuff. Anyway, the Korean webcomics, there's like one that has like a scary moment. So I'm like scrolling like to read it, and then like like the scary. Wait, how did I do that? How do I get out of this? Oh, I don't even know how I got into that. How do I go first person like that? Oh, that was weird. I don't know. I guess you can use the mouse wheel to go first person. Mouse wheel to go first person. I've been asking for a first person mode. I haven't been able to figure it out on controller. Whatever. Anyway. What are they talking about? Oh yeah, the Korean webcomics. Like, dude, the Korean webcomics were so scary. Like, so, and yeah, like one of them, like I read like through a few of them, and got scared. I was like, oh man, those are scary. And then on one of them, yeah, the image lagged or something happened. I don't know if it was like intentional too, or like if it was like scripted so that like if you scroll too fast, it doesn't scroll and just like loops that last like the scary part. But like the scare happened and I was like, oh, and like I like tried to scroll past it because I was like, that was like I didn't like that image, so I like tried to scroll past it, but it just kept like getting stuck scrolling and like just like bouncing that image kind of like it was like trying to scroll past it and like would like go to like blankness but then like jump back to it. It wasn't because it didn't do it when you looked at it, but like I don't know, like you might have like scrolled past it like slowly and like I don't know, but it could, well yeah, I don't know, it could have been because I was panicking and like because like, oh hold on, I bumped my mic again. Okay. Every time I bump it, I have to like check it because like this time I did turn the gain knob, so I have to like make sure I turn it back up. Anyway, like I was saying, like I scrolled and it was like it seemed like it was like it hadn't loaded the next part of the comic, so it was just like hitting the bottom of the page. But like I was like I scrolled and like because it didn't like it came back, I was like and like I scrolled again and it came back and it like I was just like panic mode, like just like scrolling down trying to get down, like get through it as fast as possible. And it just like kept looping and I was like ah and like I was in my room by myself. This was when I was in Okinawa, because I think Egbert was like in Thailand or something, so I had been in my room, like I had my room to myself for like a while. And like it was just like it was horrifying, and like eventually like I don't know if I closed it or like just like turned my TV off or what, but I was just like I don't know, I got rid of it. And then I went back to read it again later and like got to that same part and like scrolled past it and it went past like fine, and I was like, what the heck, like I don't know. When he shut it, he just shut his laptop. There's no more. Dude, it was so scary. And like I was saying, like I don't, it felt like it was kind of like intentional of like, oh yeah, if someone gets to this point and they try to scroll too fast, it's gonna like rebound. It's not gonna like actually let you scroll past it. Or it could have just been like, oh, it hadn't loaded the next part yet, so there was nothing there and I was just like scrolling. I wasn't gonna get anything. Or I was being haunted by the comic and there was a ghost like spooking me. I don't know, but that was like one of the scariest moments of my entire life because of, like the way everything went down. Animated parts snap to center once you get to them. I remember like animated parts, but I remember like I always like read them in like full screen basically, so everything was like big and centered anyway. Genius. I don't know. I remember, oh, I should like I remember there's like a few of them and I read all of them and I think I remember like they were going to do more, but I never went back. Now I'm like curious, maybe I should go look for them again. Oh, also there's Junji Ito, like there's like gonna be a new series. And like one of the like it's gonna like, yeah, it's like a new anime series that's gonna like, I don't know, have like a bunch of different like of his stories, and Tomie is one of them. That was like the first one he taught, like he had like a little interview. Stream it, but not tonight. Maybe I should. But not tonight. It's too late now. But yeah, like they have like a little, like it's gonna be on Netflix, but they had like a little thing where he's like sitting there talking about like he talks about what's gonna be in it, and he's like, yeah, Tomie Soichi, which Soichi is like one that I've been wanting to read, but it, like there's like literally no translation of it anywhere. Or I think there is like a few of the stories from Soichi, but like it's like in a compilation. But I don't want to like a lot of the other stuff in the compilation I've read, and I don't want to buy the compilation to reread all these stories, or to have all these stories I've read before just to read these like 3 or 4 Soichis. But he's like, yeah, he's like Tomie Soichi, and this one called Hanging Balloon or Hanging Balloons or something, which I never read. So I was like, oh, I should go look that up. I'm gonna go look that up and read it soon, because it sounds kind of interesting. But also like he's talking about Tomie, and I was like, dude, I love Tomie, and I can't, like, I'm excited to see Tomie, dude. There's one of my hairs is like loose and it keeps like touching my neck, and like unless there's a ghost just like touching my neck, dude, I hate it. Let me out. I watched too many horror movies. Now everything's, and I've been talking about it too long. Now I'm all paranoid. Man. Is that guy behind me? Stop, dude. That's like, so like when I was younger, I've talked about this before, but I had like a recurring nightmare, and like, or not, well, I've had like, I don't know if I would say it's like a recurring nightmare, but a recurring guy who would show up in my nightmares, who is from the Real Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark books. Here, I'll pull it up actually. Come cuddle me. No, I'm good. That'll make it worse. I'm scared of being touched. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Dude, I hate looking this stuff up every time. I can't even look at these pictures. This is gonna suck. Oh, this is gonna suck because I have to like, I don't see it now, but I have to like look at it, put it into OBS so I can put it on stream, and like I have to like stare at it, like cut it, like whatever. I don't know, whatever. We're gonna do this. Just looking at it already, I hate it. And there's like a bunch of them, not just the thing. Oh god, now like I'm actually like scared. Like I like turning to look, I'm like I can't see behind me now. Like when I'm staring like this, I can like I have peripheral vision for like over here, but when I do this, all I literally, I'm like, my vision is like so small. I don't want to save this image to my desktop, but I'll do it. You're getting nervous, you're in the boonies. Oh god. Oh, this one's too small. Hold on. Dude, I hate this. Oh god, this one's bigger, but I didn't like how big it was because I opened it in a new tab and then I went over to the tab. Why does my blanket keep moving? Stop it. Okay, let me see. Oh god, her snap! Dude, her snap, like I clicked on like, I'm in OBS and I clicked over to like a different like scene, and then I like went to click the plus to like add, like to put this image on the scene or whatever, and she snapped like right as soon as I clicked it, which like scared me because like it's like, oh, I'm adding the ghost image right as she snaps. Okay, let me find this thing. Okay. Oh god. All right, you ready? There it is. Clicking his teeth together. Okay, so this guy would show up in my dreams. Let me get rid of this now. Let me delete it off my desktop. Let me delete it out of my recycling bin. Hold on. Oh my god, this. Okay. Now let me wipe my entire hard drive. Oh my god, stop. The game keeps like taking control when I'm like just trying to like go between browsers and stuff. That is the guy. Okay, so let me tell you, dude. Okay, so that, oh my god, that's literally what happens. So like he would show up in my dreams. Like I would have nightmares about this guy, and like like the dreams, like a couple of the dreams were like recurring where, so the story is basically these kids are like playing in a graveyard or something, and they see that guy like way in the distance, like in the fog or something. So they run home and they're like scared and like whatever, and he comes to their house and is like walking around outside the house or something, and they're like hiding. And eventually he goes away and like nothing ever happens again, and they like, you know, go about their lives, but they like talk about it or whatever, like they remember it like for their entire lives or something. But eventually one of them dies, like one of them gets old and dies. Why am I scaring you, dude? It's not that scary, actually. It's terrifying. Like I'm like a little shook up now after having to stare at that, and now like reliving these horrible memories. So the story is like, yeah, one of them dies and the other one goes to his funeral, or like, I don't know if he goes to the funeral or if he finds him dead or something, but he looks like that guy. So it was like a premonition basically of like, oh, this is what you're gonna look like when you die or something. And like he just like it's not that scary of a story. Well, it is kind of scary. The ending isn't that scary. You're just kind of like, oh dang, that's kind of spooky. But like the scariness is like the beginning part where they're talking about like seeing him in the graveyard and him following them home and like standing around their house and stuff like that. Oh, must be scared while being home alone. I'm not alone. I mean, I'm alone in my room, but I think everyone else might be asleep. But yeah, so like I've had dreams where I'm in that house and I see him like in the distance, and like he's like coming closer, and like I'm like moving around the house to like avoid windows and stay away from him and stuff like that. But I've also had like woken up to sleep paralysis and him being in my room, and like it's like you were saying, Gabby, like if you woke up, if he showed up and you couldn't move, that's literally like I would wake up. Like I have one sleep paralysis, like the worst one. Like I woke up, I couldn't move, but I was like laying in bed and I could see my closet, and he was like standing Slender Man, kind of, because like, well, I don't know, Slender Man's like weirder because Slender Man doesn't move when you're looking at him. I don't remember. But this guy would like, I would see him coming towards the house, and like I would be like hiding under a window, and I could like see him like walk by and kind of like look down to like try and see me, and I would like crawl away to like go to a different area of the house to like get away and stuff like that. But yeah, so like I wake up and I can't move, and I see him like just standing in front of my closet. Wait, might be when I'm recording him. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, Slender Man. Oh yeah. Maybe. Well, I know, like, I mean, I know he can move, like, from place to place, but, well, yeah, I think it's, like, if you're looking at him or recording him, he can't move or something. Like, as soon as you look away, he'll, like, teleport. Yeah, warp, like, closer or whatever. But this guy will move. But, yeah, so, like, I woke up, he's standing in front of my closet, and I'm like I can't move. I'm trying to scream, and I can't like scream or anything. Like I feel like I'm screaming, but like nothing's coming out. And I like I'm just like frozen in place, and he's just like standing there staring at me, and I'm just like screaming for my life. And then eventually like I snap out of my sleep paralysis and I start screaming for real. And I'm like, oh, like I can scream, and I'm like, bah! I'm like screaming for my mom like crazy. And she comes running in, like she like flew, like she's like threw the door open and was like, what's going on? What's wrong? Because I was like screaming for my life. I was literally like terrified. And she's like, what's happening? What's going on? I was like, behind the door, because like she threw the door open, which like blocked the closet, and she's like and like moves the door, and she's like, what is it? I'm like, there's a guy there, like just like freaking out, like just like oh, it was so awful. And like that guy like showed up a few times, like but like my mom was like so mad afterwards. She's like there's nothing here, what are you screaming, like whatever. I was like, who's there? I'm like crying and stuff like that. And she's just like opens the closet, like checking everywhere. She's like, there's nothing here, go back to, like, you were having a nightmare or whatever, go back to sleep. And like that like happened a few times. Like he would like show up, like be in front of my closet, or be like in my room, like in the corner, or like just like somewhere in my room, just like staring at me. And I would like wouldn't be able to move, wouldn't be able to yell, and then I would snap out of it. And like that time that I screamed when like my mom came in, I don't remember if I screamed any other time, but Because I think I might have like snapped out of like my sleep paralysis and he was gone. And at that point, it's like, okay, I don't need to scream anymore. But I think I might have still called for my mom to like have her come in and check, or my dad or someone like to come and be like, hey, I'm scared. I just need someone to like prove that I'm not in here alone. Because like, I mean, and I shared a room with Chase at the time. Like we had like beds on separate ends of the room, but he like literally just like slept through all of that. When was it? No more. That's, yeah. Okay. Oh, so that happened when I was in like 2nd grade, I think. So I was like, I don't know, like what, 7 or something, 8. Well, okay. So there's more. So like, so yeah. So like, that's when like my mom literally called my 2nd grade teacher and was like, stop letting him read those scary storybooks because he's like having nightmares and like freaking out at night and stuff like that. And I went back to school and my teacher was like, hey, my mom said you can't, or your mom said you can't read those books anymore, but I won't tell her if you don't. And I was like, oh sweet, because like I still wanted to read them. And so I kept reading them even though I was like terrifying myself. But Chase used to have night terrors, like because like I would have sleep paralysis, but I would like snap out of it and like be like awake and like I wouldn't see anything anymore. And like I was saying, like I would scream, like my mom would come in and it would be gone, and I'm like, oh, it was like there, and she would like move the door and like check, and it was gone. It's like, okay, I'm awake now and there's nothing anymore. But Chase would have night terrors where he's like literally like screaming and shaking and like pointing at things and like oh, it's over there, no, it's over there, and like moving and things like that. It's coming at me, like whatever, just like freaking out. And everyone, like his eyes are open and like he's like, my parents have him in the bathroom. I'm like watching from the hallway, like what is happening? And they're like splashing water in his face, trying to wake him up because he's like asleep, but he's like having a night terror and just like going crazy. And like yeah, like I was saying, like I'm like we had these happen at like different times. Like I don't remember which came first, but I know it wasn't like, oh, Chase is having his night terrors and I'm also having, I mean, I was having sleep paralysis anyway, but it wasn't always like nightmares and stuff like that. But yeah, just like I was like everyone, like me and my mom and dad were like, dude, like Chase is having night terrors, but like what the heck, like what if it's like, because that house, like I was like pretty sure that house was haunted. Like a lot of creepy stuff happened in that house that I was just like, man, like Chase might be possessed. But eventually he stopped having them and like it wasn't a problem anymore. But man, that house, like it had to be that house, because like I don't know, I've like told the stories a million times, but there's so much creepy stuff happening there. Like one thing I remember is like when my aunt was living with us for a little bit, she had a PC in her room, which is like kind of like where I like got into PCs, was like her computer, like her showing us like all the cool stuff you can do with the computer and like the internet and stuff. And I was like so fascinated by it. And like she would be up late, like typing on her computer, like you know, like chatting or like playing games and stuff like that, doing whatever. And then but then she would like go to sleep, and like I slept in a different room, but like sometimes I would wake up and I would like, oh god, I just like looked over at my like Firefox browser where I have like my stream preview up and stuff, and I still have that stupid tab open, that scary stories tab. I just closed it, but like seeing that, I hate those. Like I love those books, but they're like, those are the scariest books, and like a lot of the scares comes from the images. You guys should read them if you haven't, because they're horrifying. A lot of the stories aren't even like that scary. They're like there's literally like a chapter. Like each book has like a chapter or chapters where it's like silly stories, like silly scary stories, and they're funny, but they're like about like spooky stuff or whatever. But like the majority of them are like pretty scary, and like scary, and like a lot of them are just like folktales, and some of them are stories you've heard before. Like you're like, oh, I know Bloody Mary, or I know this one or whatever. But the images that come with it make it so much worse. But anyway, my aunt, like she would like be typing on her keyboard, and like sometimes like I would wake up in the middle of the night, especially on like the weekends, and I would like go like to hang out and like see what she's doing, see what she's playing or whatever. And like there was like multiple nights where like there's like one night where I actually like went in like I was about to like go hang out with my aunt in the middle of the night, like at like, you know, like midnight or something on like a Friday or Saturday night or whatever. And like I walked in and everyone was asleep, and like I was like, I heard, like I could still hear the typing, but I was like I was too scared to look. Like I was just like, someone's typing on this keyboard, I'm leaving. And like I just like left and went back to my room and went to sleep. or well, I tried to go to sleep. I eventually fell asleep, but I was just like scared. And then like that happened like multiple times where like I would hear the typing and I would go to like look because I'm like I remember the going in there and being like everyone's asleep. Why is there typing? And like I would like go like peek and like everyone's asleep. Like no one's like on the at the computer and there's typing. And I'm just like all right, like I'm going back. And it was that like I don't know if like maybe it was just that room was haunted specifically because like I was saying me and Chase shared a room because that room was always like reserved for like I don't know someone to live like my grandpa stayed in that room for a while, my aunt stayed in that room for a while. It was just like you know like whoever's like staying with us for however long or visiting or whatever like they're using that room. And I mean there's other creepy stuff that happened around the house but like that room like once everyone had moved out, everyone was like there was no plans for anyone to come back to that room. My mom was like, oh, you want your own room? And I was like, oh yeah, that'd be cool to have my own room finally. And so she gave me that room and like I lasted like a month in that room. And like I would wake up and I would hear whispers, I would hear tapping, I would hear like all kinds of noises that I'm just like I can't do this. I can't like I literally was like there was like nights where I would just go back to my old room and like crawl into bed with like Max or Chase or something because I'm like I can't there's ghosts in there. I literally can't do it. And like eventually like I was like Mom I can't do that room anymore. Like I like she was like all right and like she like moved me back into that room with Chase and now Max. But like it was just like that room specifically was extra haunted but the entire house no it was a house like a full like a house with like multiple rooms and stuff like that. That was when we were living in Stockton. But like there's like tons of stuff like that like this is like my favorite one that was like this is like the most well it's not proof but like this is kind of like the because all the other stuff was like could be like oh that's like just in your head or like you know you're hearing things you maybe like I was like having sleep paralysis at the time and hallucinating or whatever so like it's just like it can be rationalized that way. But there's this one time where my grandpa this is why this one like sticks with me and is like feels like proof that house was haunted is it was me and my brothers and three of my cousins my aunt's kids we're all hanging out. My grandpa was babysitting. So glad it happened to me and not you. That's not fair. But so like we're all hanging out. We were playing hide and seek and my grandpa's watching TV like just like babysitting. We're like old enough that I guess we weren't old enough to like be on our like we're all like I don't know like I think the oldest might have been like 12 or 13 but I don't know he doesn't need to like sit and watch us and like feed us and stuff like that but like we're all whatever we're playing hide and seek and my cousin Marlisha was it and so my cousin Marlisha is black and like this is important for this story because like no, I was it. So she wasn't it, but I was it. And so like I was like counting or whatever, and like I was like, all right, ready now, here I come, and I like turn around, and I see a dark figure run down the hallway, which I was like, oh, it's Marlisha because it was dark, because like in the lighting, like everyone else is like Mexican, so they're like lighter, they're not black basically. So I would have been able to tell who it was, or I don't know if I would have been able to tell who it was if it was anyone else, but like seeing like the dark figure, I was like, oh, like Marlisha. And so like I like went down the hallway because like she ran down the hallway like into the bathroom basically because like well and like we had established rules where we're like all right you can't go like we had closed all the doors in the hallway and we're like all the doors which were like all the bedrooms we closed all the bedrooms like no hiding in the bedrooms. We left the bathroom door open because like I don't know I think we were allowing you to hide in the bathroom maybe or it was just open because it was open. But you're supposed to stay out in the living room and dining room and kitchen area or whatever. But she ran down the hallway and I was like okay like that's cheating but like whatever I'll go like an easy tag because like she has nowhere to go except the end of the hallway which is like okay like she has nowhere to go. So like I went down the hallway and like the bathroom, like it was dark down the hallway, the bathroom light was off, and the curtains were closed, the shower curtain was closed, And I went in, like turned on the bathroom light, and she wasn't like, I couldn't see her in the bathroom. So I moved the curtain, and she wasn't in the tub shower or anything. And I was like what the heck? And I was like, at first I was just confused. I was like, what? And like I went out to like the living room, to where my grandpa was. I was like, Grandpa, did Marlisha run down the hallway? Like she's cheating. Like, and now like she's in one of these rooms, but I don't want to like, I don't know, like I don't want to like take the time to try and find her or whatever. And he's like, no, like she's not in. She didn't go down the hallway, because like he had been watching. He knows where everyone hid, because he's like, he didn't have to cover his eyes, right? I was the one who had to like not see where everyone hid. He's like, she didn't go down the hallway. And I was like, I saw someone go down the hallway. And he was like, what? And I was like, I saw someone go down the hallway, and I thought it was Marlisha. And he's like, wait, what? And like I explained the whole thing. And my grandpa was pretty superstitious. And he had experiences in that house that made him like think the house was haunted too. Where he was like, yeah, I've like gone out to the kitchen and like heard people. It sounded like people were playing cards at the dinner table, and just like he had his own stories of like creepy things happening in that house. And so like he was just like, all right, like everybody come out, and like everyone came out of their hiding spots, and I saw Marlisha come out of whatever hiding spot she was in, and I was like, that's when I like got scared, because I was like, I definitely saw someone run down the hallway. Like it was like so like it wasn't like, oh, a shadow, like a car drove by and a shadow moved, because like the way the house was, like a shadow wouldn't like move that way, and it looked like a person, like a literal person, just like running down like running down the hallway. And I was just like, and like even like talking about it now, like reliving it, I'm like scared again. Like it was just like, I was like, all right. And like my grandma just had us all sit in the living room and like watch TV with him until my mom came home, and then he told my mom that, like, about what happened. And like I don't know what my mom said, but I was just like, I remember hearing him telling her about, like, he's like, Rio saw something, like he saw someone, like a ghost, like a shadow run down the hallway, like blah blah blah, and this and that. And like he had his own theories about like who it was or whatever. But I was just like, man. And that's like the most like concrete like experience I had in that house that like makes me think that house was haunted. Because like everything else, like I was saying, everything else can like be rationalized as like, oh, I was like, I don't know, asleep and like woke up and was just like hallucinating or whatever. You get to the age and think all that stuff was for kids, dude. Man, but that one, yeah, that's like the house. Because like I'm trying to think of like I don't know, just like hearing noises and like hearing stuff that Chase and Max also would hear. That it's like, okay, it wasn't just me hallucinating. You guys heard that, and like there's literally no explanation for it or what happened. Like there was like one time where I heard like weird noises coming from the bathroom. Super scared to buy a house because of things like that. I'd be afraid to live in a house where someone died. But I don't know, houses are like so old a lot of the times that like someone has to have died in like every house pretty much. But there was one time where, yeah, like I was like asleep and I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard like weird noises in the bathroom. Like it was like weird like kind of like beeping noises, but also like footsteps and stuff. And I was just like scared. And like at this time, so me and Chase were still sharing a room, but we had bunk beds now. Because like before we had like just like little twin size beds on opposite sides of the room, but now we had like a bunk bed. And I slept on the top bunk. Oh my god. So I slept on the, oh wait, there's another, okay, there's another instance. So there was this time where I heard the weird noise in the bathroom. I was on the top bunk, Chase was on the bottom bunk, and like I was just scared, but I was like, at least I'm up here, so it's like it's gonna be more effort to it'll get Chase before it gets me. Whatever it is. But I was still like petrified, like I literally was like too scared to move. And so like I like laid there until eventually like the noises stopped and I fell asleep. And then in the morning I went and like told my mom, and I was like, Mom, I heard weird noises in the bathroom. And like I explained it to her, and she's like, oh no, like I like, as I was explaining, Chase was like, yeah, I heard them too. It was like I was so scared, like whatever, like I was like in my bed, I didn't want to move, and like blah blah blah. And like my mom was like, oh no, I left the bathroom window open, it was probably just stuff from outside. And I was like before I told my mom, like I went to the bathroom and because I think I thought like, oh, it might have been something outside, but the window was closed, and like you could, I mean, you could still hear stuff through the wall or whatever, but it was like so clear that it sounded like it was in the bathroom, that like the window being closed, whatever sound it was, it would not have sounded like it sounded last night. And like me and Chase were like explaining it to my mom, and she's like, no, I left the window open. It was like noises from outside or whatever. And then so like we're like, Mom, no, this did not sound like it was outside. It was like in the bathroom. Like this was like in the house. And she's like, no, you guys are just being scared, whatever. And so like we told her that, and then like years later, me and Chase were like we were like just talking about like spooky stuff or whatever like that happened at the house. My mom was just in a cult. Wait, okay, so we brought this story up years later, like maybe like I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago or something, and we were talking about it with my mom, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what to tell you guys. I just didn't want you to be scared, so I made that up." And we're like, she was lying to us, and so like it actually happened, and like wasn't just something from outside, and that like was just like, oh my god, that was like that made that more real. Because there was always like the doubt, like the rationalization is like, okay, maybe it was from outside or something, and like I don't know, could have been. But then there was like another night too where I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard something moving around in the room. Like I heard like footsteps and like shuffling, like someone was like messing with the stuff on our dressers and stuff like that. And I was like, it scared me, and like I didn't like I woke up and I heard it, and like at first I was like, oh, like what is Chase doing up? Like why is he like up this late? Like what is he doing? And I was also like I was getting ready to go look, and like for some reason I just like got scared and was just like, I don't know, like I don't like something about like the way it sounded and stuff. I was just like, I don't think that's Chase. Like I'm just gonna like I'm not gonna move. And like I just like didn't move, and like I laid there and I listened to it like move around the room and like shuffle stuff around, and like whatever it wasn't making noise like itself, but like it was like touching stuff and moving things that was making noises. And I was like, man, like what is going on? And it lasted, well, it felt like it lasted for like a long time, but eventually it stopped, or I fell asleep. But then when I woke up and everything like looked fine in the room or whatever. Like it wasn't like something like threw everything everywhere or whatever. But I went to tell my mom. I was like, Mom, I heard something in the room last night, like moving around and like moving stuff. And Chase was like, dude, I heard it too. It was literally because he, like I was saying, he was on the bottom bunk. He was on the floor, like on like his bed was on the floor. He was like, it was moving around my bed. I was literally under my covers, like just like holding my breath as it was like coming, like going around, touching stuff and like just like moving things. I could hear it all around me. And I was like, that's so terrifying, because like I was up above, so I didn't have to like, I could hear it below me, but Chase is like literally like as it's like walking around and going around him. And like we're like telling my mom, and she was like, ah, you guys are like just like whatever, you guys are being dumb. And it's like, what, Mom? Like this is horrifying stuff is happening here. And we got no explanation for that one. But yeah, I don't know, like those are like the I don't know, the stories that like make everything else, like all the small stuff that I'm like, oh, it could have just been a hallucination or whatever. Like I'm like, no, that it was real. Like I don't know, like I was saying before, I'm not even that superstitious. Like I'm like I don't think ghosts aren't real, but I don't know if I believe they are real. Audio's cutting. Oh, I'm projecting my ghost over to you. But man, the stuff was horrifying. Rest in peace, Gabby. Maybe if you get lucky and the ghost isn't gonna like curse you forever. Oh man. But I'm trying to think of other like horrifying stories that happened there like that. I don't think there's anything as scary as those, but definitely like the one where I was talking about the bathroom and my mom being like, oh no, it's just like noises from outside. Noises from outside, and then like years later being like, nah, I don't know what it was, I just didn't want you guys to be scared. It was just like, now everything is real. Now everything like I've been suspicious and kind of like you know, maybe it was just, you know, in my head or whatever, my imagination. It's like, okay, no, now everything is confirmed. You'll be fine. If I made it through that house with no problems, you'll be fine. Ghosts don't just like randomly attack and like spawn out of nowhere for no reason and kill you instantly. They always set you up, get you. They have to like spook you first. Yeah, exactly. Like when we moved, like I still had like sleep paralysis and would have like nightmares and stuff, but like none of that kind of stuff ever like happened again. But man, that house, I was like nicer than your husband. I get like, I don't know, I get curious because like I'm like, I wonder if like if I went to that house and was like asking the people who live there, like, hey, have you guys ever had anything weird happen? If they would have like stories to tell, or if it would just be like, nope, everything's been fine since you guys left. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, should I play this game? I don't know what else to talk about. I don't even know what I was doing in this game last. Oh, I was working on the bird guys. Or I think I was working on the bird guys. No, I was working on the haunted. No, I was working on the bird guys, and I went to do the haunted place. And now I need to come back to the bird guys. I really like these colors. I was talking about it in the beginning, but like, I have like a few different colors. It's pink and yellow. And this green. I like the green because, well, it's like Link. She gets like blonde hair or whatever. But I literally love red and black. Her hair goes like grayish, whitish, but as soon as I got it, like I got lucky. Well, I don't know. It's like there's like a little gacha thing that you get like little like rewards from or whatever. And the color. Oh, play the game. Yeah, I'll play. What was it? Oh yeah, like you get colors from the gacha thing, and like the colors aren't that rare, but I got this color and I was like, that looks like red and black, and I'm just gonna take it. It was like the first thing I rolled, and I was like, I'll just take it. I'm not even gonna like try for anything else because I want this. I need this. I need these colors. Very cute. Oh, I didn't even realize the eyes did that. This mask is weird because like, wait, how do I? Oh, L2. I was like pressing all the right buttons, like R1 and R2. Whatever. Anyway. Let's see. Wait. What did I need? Oh, I only had to buy this one. Okay, whatever. I like this guy. These guys are like in a competition, but this disco DJ Grooves is way cooler than this guy. Dude, the art, this game it's so cute. It's like the art and stuff. Like I was saying, like you take a picture for your like your bird passport, and they're like do something to it, and it's like a cute picture already, but I like put little things on it, and like seeing that show up again, I was like, wait, I thought that was just like a dumb little thing you get to do. It was like too cute. And like, yeah, the little hats you get, like, so like this hat is supposed to be it's supposed to be this hat, I think. But you get like you get little hats to like replace them. It's like the sprint hat. I have this chicken one too, but this little dino one is the cutest. But then I have like the bear beanie. You have a witch hat too. I don't like this color on the witch hat, so I'm gonna go back to the other one. Cause like, oh yeah, I like that like way better than the stripes. But you got like a little bear beanie, dude. When I got this, I was just like, my heart was too cute. I think. Wait. Oh yeah, the ears kind of like, they have like a little bit of what do you call it? Like physics to them. They kind of move. Like they like flop a little bit. I don't know how easy it is to see on stream. Oh god. Oh, I keep like making her invisible. Ugh. Whatever. They move. I don't know if you can see it. You have to believe me. Oh, they're having like a party. Oh, I don't think I can touch the ground. Okay. I should probably just go to, yeah, this part.
Hello, darling. Welcome to the largest studio set you'll ever see. We're about to start recording The Big Parade, the movie that'll take the breath away from audiences worldwide. You'll be the star, as always. For this movie, we'll need to use our special prop. It'll pop out at the very end. But wait, darling. Your current outfit really isn't fit for a parade.
Oh no.
Can you go over there and get dressed?
Oh! Cool. Cute. I wonder if it changes colors too. Hold on. No, okay. Oh, her hair will change colors though. Okay.
You look great, darling. Don't worry, this movie is really easy. Keep moving around and the band will follow you. Just don't bump into them. And keep an eye out for goodies. The audience loves a good parade and will throw treats your way if you get near them. The parade lasts a while. Nothing you can do to speed it up. We'll let you know once we've got enough footage. Don't lose spirit. Good
These
luck,
guys.
darling.
So I was talking about this guy and the other bird guy. They're like movie directors, but they're like competing. And so like every time you go to like one of their sides, oh god, that's like a movie thing. Wait, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. They made it sound like I just have to like run around, but I don't know if there's like something I'm supposed to be looking out for as well, other than them or what other. Oh no. Okay. Whatever other obstacles. Oh, maybe I have to like bring them around to these guys. Oh, or grab these things. Sweet. I wonder if they'll walk on these wires. Oh, they do. Oh, this one's about to run out. Oh, am I lagging again? Dropping frames? Seemed like things were settled for a while.
It's time
Oh.
to turn the heat
Oh,
up
God.
on this movie. Darling, can you turn on the pyrotechnics?
A lot? Ugh, hold on. No! Oh, well, it looks like it's... Man, I don't know what... Like, oh my god. I don't know why it's a night. Hold on. It seems like it might just be the internet, because, like, I just opened up a tab. Like, I opened up YouTube to, like, kind of, like, test the internet. And it's, like, taking a while to load. All the ghost stories, yeah, now they're in my internet. Haunting my, and it's like I was saying, it's like, it's not even like dropping like completely. It's like dropping down to like 3K. So it's like still, like stuff is still, it's still like streaming, but it's not, it's like choppy. Dude. This kind of stuff that, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to finish this stage and just like call it for tonight. Cause like, it's unwatchable and like, it's going to mess up my video. So like doing, like playing the game and like trying to like archive it later is just gonna like be like a choppy mess. I hate it. Why does this happen? I wonder. Hold on. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Okay. Oh, whoops. That was an accident. Okay, you know, I was gonna say like maybe like something's going on my PC, like my CPU or GPU are being like maxed out or something, and it's like causing these issues, but nothing is like, my GPU is at like 60%, but everything else is below. Like RAM's at 49, CPU's at 31. Like nothing doesn't make sense. Need to go to bed soon anyway. Good, because I'll be ending soon after this stage. Oh god. At least they can hear me. So I haven't like been talking for no reason. How do I do this? Do I hit it? Don't touch me. Oh god, he touched me. Oh, this one's on already. Okay. So if they hit me, it just hurts, I guess. I thought it would like fail or something. Oh. Oh my god, why do they do this? Oh wait. No, this heart's about to disappear. Okay. Please. Oh my god. I bumped into it, so then. Oh, nice. There's a badge that like makes it so I don't bonk off walls and stuff. I should put that on. Is it over? What? Oh, I can't touch the sparks like that. The pyrotechnics. Oh, I didn't even notice that. My camera's kind of blocking it, but there's like a meter in the bottom right. It's like filling up. I'm gonna put that bonk badge. What is this? Oh, the grappling hook. There we go. This game is too like wholesome. I don't know. It's like saccharin. Oh, that's not fair. They turned it on like right when I landed. It's like almost too cute, but I love it. I guess I'll go get that heart.
This movie needs more action.
Oh no.
Darling, turn on the cannons for the big fireworks show.
Oh, I jumped on those earlier. I didn't, like, I saw the, oh, I was like, why can't I move? Oh, God. Sparks everywhere. I saw the power buttons, and I tried to land on them, but it didn't do, oh, what is happening? Why are they doing that? Why are they shooting at me? I want to get those hearts, but I don't want to, like, turn around. Oh, God. Oh, stop. Oh, God. No. Please. Okay. Why did that hit me? No, I'm gonna die. No. Oh, I died. I hope I don't have to start all over. That was so unfair.
Get ready.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, why are they shooting me? So I realized how these like pyrotechnics things work. It's like a countdown and then they go off. Please. Okay. Well, at least I didn't die. No, wrong way. Okay, dudes. I'm just trying to go up there. Oh, it's too late now. Oh, actually, no. I still got it.
Time to release the parade surprise.
Oh, finally. Full stage. Yeah, I like what they're, because like, so it's like I talked about it before. It's like Super Mario 64 or Sunshine or whatever, where it's like there's a stage and every time you come back there's like some twist to it, like something new. And I really like the stage. The first time was cool and it was fun because you're like going around signing autographs and stuff. But this time, like what they're doing with it, like that was fun. It was just like getting complicated. And I died. I hate dying. This game's like, I don't know, it's not too hard, but when I do die, it's like, dang it. It's not that hard. Oh, because I died, I lost all my little like things. Yeah, little girl. what was it? I think the other guy, he calls you, I think the guy on the left calls you like creepy little girl or something like, or creepy girl or something. A sticker in Subcom Forest. I'll go do that later, like tomorrow or something. Her name? She doesn't have a name. Everyone just called her Hat Kid, I think. Or little girl, little girl, creepy girl, whatever. Everyone outside of like real life people call her Hat Kid, but in game they call her like girl or little girl or whatever. Excuse me. Oh, I get to keep this. I thought they. Oh, I have to unlock it somehow. Wait a second. She's still wearing the marching band hat, but it's not on my list. It has like a 3 with a lock, but it. Well, let me unlock it. What if I? Okay, now it's gone. Yeah. All right. Good night, Gabby. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here, cause the stream's been going crazy all night long. But thanks for hanging out. I'll stream tomorrow, I promise. Unless something happens. Cause I've been, yeah, I don't know. Like I've been, like I was saying, like the day before my birthday, the day of my birthday, were just like stuff like complicating, like stuff that I was trying to get ready for the stream, just like all the PayPal stuff, just like making me like not want to stream, and then I just like went on a binge of like horror movies instead of streaming. Good night, Honda. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, and then yeah, like I was saying earlier, I was planning on streaming, but I was like, like I'll see how I feel once I'm done eating. But then Honda was like, hey, you should stream, and I was like, okay, you know what, I should stream, because if I eat, I'm probably not gonna want to stream. Like I'll probably start watching The Eye and then not want to stream because I want to finish the movie. But I'll watch that now, so I can not have to like not be tempted to watch it tomorrow night. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. It was fun. It was fun to talk about those movies and talk about like just like scary stuff in general, and like tell those scary stories again. It's always fun to talk about that stuff. Well, it's not it's not always fun, but I like it. I don't know. I like talking about it because I feel like, I don't know, nobody gets to do that. Like ghosts don't exist anymore, so nobody gets haunted anymore. But yeah, whatever. That's it. I'll be back. Enjoy the rest of your night or day if it's daytime. That's it. Goodbye.